Good evening, everyone. Welcome to one of the first races of the Catalack Cup. Tonight, we are bringing you I'm All In versus OneFreeFitz as the first round of the tournament gets underway. My name's Korenth. I'm joined tonight by YGEsper. We're going to be bringing you some good action here in just a bit as the runners are getting ready to kick off. Hope everyone is doing well tonight. For those of you who may be new, the Jets of Time Randomizer is a chrono trigger randomizer, so we're going to see a whole bunch of random things. Esper, why don't you kind of give them a rundown of what we can expect to see?
Okay, so what we can expect to see is we are looking at a boss randomizer, so the bosses will be all jumbled up. We're not sure where they're going to be. Also, major items, minor items, those are all within each other. So basically, what you're going to see is these two runners going to see who finishes the game first, and there you go.
All right, so as we are starting off, we've got a bit of a lag here in the video. Give us just a second, we'll get that fixed.
And I'm seeing a Luca and Chrono seed to begin with. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, we are waiting for our runner to get caught up. I think we are just having a bit of a little video delay here, so we're going to pause one of the videos to get it caught up. But as you said, we're seeing Luca and Chrono as the start. We're coming up on the split here, and there we go. That will be very close. So, with Chrono and Luca as your starting characters, on the plus side, Chrono's a good physical attacker, Luca's a good magical attacker. On the downside, until Chrono gets a weapon and Luca learns some magic, you've got some pretty weak characters. So I expect to see us run into the desert to maybe go do some item hunting.
Yeah. Also, worthy of note in this group, you don't really have a really good healer, so you're kind of looking for either Nadia or Robo or Frog. There we go.
All right, and we are seeing a little bit of divergence already. Early on in the game, you're going to be looking to pick up some equipment. You're looking for heals, ethers, mid-tonic, shelters, and part of this randomizer does randomize the amount of healing done by items. Shelters will always heal you to full health at save points, but revives could heal you anywhere from like 50 to 150 HP. Mid-tonics, which typically heal for 200, will go from like 150 to about 300.
Yeah, I might have also forgot to mention that the shops, what they have is also randomized. I'm sorry, this isn't my contract.
Yeah, everything is randomized, just about. Also, equipment is randomized, meaning that some equipment will have modifiers that make them better. Some equipment will have modifiers that make it worse. So you could have something like the Pico Magnum, which is one of Luca's early weapons, all of a sudden has +2 speed on it for some reason. Or you can have what we call the ultimate items. Normally you have like the Wonder Shot or the Rainbow Sword. For these two characters, you could end up with the Crisis Sword, which would be a sword for Chrono, but works like the Crisis Arm for Robo. Or you could get the Wonder Bow, which may be the Wonder Rainbow, or it could be a Wonder Bow for Marl. I'm not sure how that naming convention works now that I say it out loud.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure either, but I mean, when you get those weapons, it's a good day.
And now we are looking, and there is Jerky at the snail stop, and they're asking, is this even randomized? Because that is actually what you normally find there. The Jerky, instead of starting a little quest line, will actually grant you access to one piece of high-tier gear if you go through the trouble of turning it in 600 AD and then picking it up in 1000 AD.
It can be a bit of a gamble, but depending upon if you get the right piece of kit, it can be really worth it.
And now they're talking to the Carpenter. Normally you'd get tools. Tools have been removed from the game. They got replaced by the Grand Leon, which is the upgraded version of the Massimoon. However, this is not guaranteed to be the Grand Leon. This is just some random key item, and it is the Hero Medal.
Which opens up a check at the, is it the Cursed Woods?
Yeah, opens up the Cursed Woods in Frog's Hut. gives you another key item check. Also, that puts you out near where you would turn in the jerky. So if they spent the 9,900 gold to get the jerky, they're going to have an easy chance to turn that in and get a really cool item.
Yeah, now I did notice that I'm All In did actually check the grotto. I didn't see what character is there, but we'll see if they go back and see if it's even worth it.
Yeah, no, I did see him go in and check. It is Robo in the grotto, which means the desert quest may have something hidden behind it that you want. And if you want that, that means you have to get both parts of the Masamune reforged to go get Robo. But also, if you have that, you might get to go into Magus' castle if you have Frog, because there's 3 different ways to get into Go mode.
Oh, yes, there are. There's my favorite, which is going through the Black Almond. My second least favorite is the Lavos through the Undersea Palace, and my absolute despised, loathe, don't ever want to do it ever is going through Magus' castle.
Yeah, so you got your 3 routes. The way you get in there is if you want to go through Magus' castle, which no one wants to, you have to have Frog available to you, meaning you have picked Frog up, and you have to go get the Broken Hilt and the Broken Blade to reforge the Masamune, do the cool little cutscene where Frog gets to cut a mountain in half, which is admittedly the coolest cutscene in the game.
And confirm.
Then go through Magus' castle, get to go through Ocean Palace, fight Lavos. If you get the Gate Key, the Dreamstone, and the Ruby Knife, you can go through Tyranno Lair to go fight Lavos in the Undersea Palace. And if you get the Pendant, Clone, and Chrono Trigger, you go climb Death's Peak and then pass through Black Omen to fight Zeal 2. We have a flag set where Zeal 2 acts like the final boss of the game, so you don't have to fight Zeal and then immediately go fight Lavos.
Yeah, that would be a bit much.
Yeah.
And we already have a mode for that. You know, it's the New World Plus, you get to fight them both.
And now we're going to see OneFreeFitz get their 3rd character here in just a moment. Your character locations are known, but what character you're going to get is randomized. And the first character you get access to is by defeating the Naga here. In the vanilla game, you get Frog. Tonight, we'll see what we get. We see in chat, Mirshana saying most seats have made you do Magus' castle. You've gotten comfy with it. Yeah, it's not that it's hard. It just takes so long.
Yeah, it is like the textbook definition of a slog.
But on the plus side, it is probably the easiest go mode to get because you only need 2 items and a character. And characters are relatively easy to find.
More or less.
And we do see, you have the cutscene. This looks very vanilla right now. You have Chrono and Luca. And Frog!
Frog.
Alright, so someone gave us the vanilla ROM. We had the jerky in the jerky spot. We have Chrono, Luca, and Frog. Obviously, someone screwed up and gave us the vanilla seed. I would say that, but I do see that Chrono is holding a red katana, which I believe I'm All In must have purchased from Melchior at the fair, because I have not seen anyone dip into the desert for items. But on the plus side, Chrono's doing good damage.
Yeah, so, yeah, I mean, the worst thing in the world is to be going up, like, Denador Mountains, and Chrono is still swinging around a wood sword.
Alright, so now we're passing through the Cathedral. If you complete the Cathedral, which means to go fight where Yakra would normally be, you get sent back to the castle 600 AD and you'll get a 4th character. If you like your initial 3 characters, there is no requirement that you complete the Cathedral. You can let Queen Lean just pass away. Marl might never ever exist, unless this all works on multiverse theory. And just leave this forever. But if you need another character, then there's another character that's usually relatively easy to get a hold of.
One thing about the Cathedral that I'm kind of interested to see what these runners are going to do is, are they going to check the right side, or are they just going to blow by it?
Yeah, the right side does have some extra chests. Chests are randomized. So you could find power meals, you could find power seals, you could find good weapons, you could find absolute junk. Didn't see anything great here as Fitz is grabbing the Nagetta bromide.
I'm sorry, I was reading chat and completely missed what you said about the bromide. What is bromide? That's what I would like to know.
Bromide is a very colorful magazine. Don't Google it.
Okay, good to know.
That's why you've got the dirty old man who kind of imitates Master Roshi, who wants to get it and trades you a bunch of power tabs, speed tabs, and magic tabs for it.
Yeah. We just had a tech check from a OneFreeFitz, and I didn't see anything except for like Froggle and Slurp. I think Luca knows one sort of a bomb or something else.
Yeah, I saw Luca using bomb. We see I'm All In has said, "Now I'm happy with these 3 characters. I'm going to abandon the Cathedral and go looking elsewhere." Taking a look, was thinking about maybe buying another weapon for Chrono. OneFreeFitz is saying that they want to complete the Cathedral and get someone to replace Frog. Interesting to note, though, because we have the early hero medal, Frog is actually going to be a really good character. The hero medal in the vanilla game gives the Masamune extra crit chance. That's kind of lackluster as an accessory. So in the randomizer, the hero medal now not only ups the crit rate of the Masamune, also provides the barrier effect and sunshade effect. So Frog becomes more respectable as a character despite kind of having middling techs and base stats.
Yeah. But if you pair that with the Wonder Moon, you're in business. And the chef has the Moonstone.
Okay, so an interesting thing you might see characters do, or runners do, is you come here to do the Xenon Bridge check, which is what I'm All In is doing right now. You saw the Moonstone. If it's an item that you don't like, you can reset. But he's just going to go ahead and do it and keep the Moonstone.
Okay, that's kind of I wouldn't say interesting. It's just not the choice I would make.
Oh, and Mian is telling me that I screwed up in my text writing, and I wrote the character or the runner's names backwards on the screen. I'm sorry. Thank you, Mian, for keeping me honest. That would have confused the crap out of everyone once the bracket was finished. We are going to see our first randomized boss. Here we have normally Yakra. Instead, we have, oh dear, one of the mutants from the Black Omen.
Is that Terra or is that Mega? I guess we'll find out shortly.
Yeah, you can tell by the color, but it's hard to...
Oh, it's Mega, great.
All right, so Mega Mutant is probably my least favorite.
Yeah, so, I mean, at the very least, you can kind of sort of, do some decent physical on them, but...
No, I'm getting confused. I was thinking of Giga Mutant, the one that has, like, all of Lawless's attacks.
That's the one I don't like.
Okay, yeah, Mega Mutant is not as bad, because you can actually hit it with a sword, and it will do damage. However, Obstacle has been used. It is randomized. Normally, Obstacle causes chaos. This time, it's causing Lock.
Ugh.
Right now, Lock's not that bad because Luca's the only one you need.
Apparently,
and also, boss HP is set based on the location of the fight. So, whatever you're fighting at the Yakra spot is going to have near Yakra HP.
And speaking of bosses, we're about to see what Zingan Bridge is. Oh, it's Mother Brain.
Alright, so Mother Brain can be a scary boss if you don't have some heals to take care of Confuse. But with the lower HP, you might be in a good spot.
Yeah, it can go very badly, though. Like, if she chaoses a character and you hit that last terminal, that can end your run real fast.
Yeah, if you destroy all 3 terminals, Mother Brain goes into basically a berserk mode, and you might as well just go ahead and reset your game. As it is,
We have an Ayla on
Oh.
I'm All In's team.
All right, so getting an Ayla here means you're probably replacing either Chrono or Frog. I expect to see Chrono disappear. No, they're going to send Frog with the Hero Medal to the bench. That's interesting. I'm a big proponent of, excuse me, if you get the Hero Medal, it's worth it to keep Frog.
I would keep him if I had the Wonder Moon. Because he doesn't have that, he's not hitting quite as hard.
He does need a weapon.
Frog or
Frog.
Yeah,
Frog
he
needs a weapon.
Something.
Now we are seeing Fitz having a little bit of time with Mother Brain. The one terminal that's left up is healing about 150 a turn. And we saw Luca do just under 300 damage. Chrono's Lightning does 130. And Frog is almost dead.
Oh, the bent hilt is in the grottos. That's like... Okay, who actually programmed this particular randomizer or rolled the seed? Because we need to sack them.
Yeah, man, I've got some questions.
And I'm sure Vinny would love to have a little chat with you.
Well, you know what, though? If I've seen this and I'm the runner, I'm immediately going to Dinador Mountain. Because that's where you get the broken blade in vanilla. And if you get the broken blade, you've got go mode.
Although this early, is go mode really a good thing?
Well...
Because, I mean, even going through Magus' castle...
So you'd have Frog with the Masamune. You'd have Chrono with Lightning, Luca with a Fire Spell. You could complete Magus' castle with that. You'd have to go grind for a while to get some XP, but you could.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I mean, like, even if you're going through Magus' castle, you're going through the Undersea Palace, and that is, like, the holy grail of grinding right there.
Yeah, you can get plenty of XP. It's just... Without having either the pendant or the gate key, you have no access to unlock magic.
Yeah.
Characters that have to unlock magic will only learn 3 techs. And we know that Chrono appears to have Spin Cut and Lightning. Frog has Cure and Slurp, so he has no real magic, per se. Ayla, who I'm All In has, could theoretically learn all of her techs, but the only tech that she has that does magic damage is Tailspin. So...
Yeah, that's kind of... That's why, I mean, like, early go mode, could you have go mode? Well, yeah, sure, but would it be worth it to make a couple more checks to see if you could get the gate key or the pendant? Maybe.
Yeah, I would want to definitely find the gate key. That's the much quicker way to get access to magic than having to go to the future, then go through the factory. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, not only that, but if you're going to the future, you could also find yourself with another character who you just can't live without.
Yeah, and I was just remembered, Robo's in Frog's hut, so by getting the Masamune, they would get Robo, who would learn Laser Spin and Shock to give you some more magic coverage.
Plus Uzi Punch and Heal Beam.
Yeah, we do see I'm All In is... going up Dinador Mountain. OneFreeFitz still on Xenon Bridge, just having a really hard time getting through Mother Brain's healing. That Fire Toss only doing 92 damage. I'm hoping he has some ethers, or maybe he saved before getting on the Xenon Bridge and can reset out of this fight.
Yeah, this is the terrible thing with Mother Brain, is she's always going to troll you. Always.
Always potentially dangerous. And then we saw on I'm All In screen picking up the Pico Magnum minus. That means whatever the Pico Magnum normally would be, you have a slightly worse version of it. Probably means that you have less damage in its case. But if it had a special effect, that special effect might disappear.
Yeah, the worst feeling in the world absolutely is getting the Prism Dress minuses.
And on Fitz's side, we see Luca is down. Chrono and Frog are at 6 and 4 HP. That's going to be Chrono down. And there's the reset.
He called it. I think he did say before before the bridge, so maybe he'll... Oh. Yep, he's peacing out.
All right. Lord Batsy has told us the Pico Magnum actually has a high crit rate. And added that it deals 4 times crit damage. Okay, I did not know that because the Pico Magnum is such a crap weapon on a character who you never auto-attack with anyway. You're not going to notice.
Yeah. So, I'm all in. Has discovered exactly what mountains are.
Oh, mountains are very nice.
Absolutely, this is the life. It looks like we're keeping Luca for the long haul.
Oh, no wonder I don't know what Pico Magnum is. Pico Magnum's not in vanilla Chrono Trigger at all.
Oh, well, that would explain.
That explains so much. No wonder I don't remember what it does. And there's a second one. I would like to teach Luco the magic art of dual wielding, please.
I think you can take that at what, 4th level?
Okay. Alright, so OneFreeFitz is heading towards Frog's Hut to go turn in the hero medal, I'm assuming, but did get caught in a fight with the tadpoles and the gnars. On the plus side, for some reason, this fight seems to have a better than average item drop pool. And of course, as soon as I say that, they drop absolutely nothing. There are times that it feels like I've come here, I've gotten mega elixirs to drop off these guys.
Yeah, that's always nice when you see, like, you know, just the coolest stuff drop. Like prism dresses or...
And I know that it's just personal bias that it seems that way. It's not real. Oh, yep, we saw the new. We're not fighting the new. We don't have the damage to kill the new right now. And on I'm All In screen, we are taking on Masa and Mune. The trick here, you have to do 1,000 damage to one of the brothers, but every time you attack them, they're going to counterattack. If you attack the left one, they counterattack with X-Strike. If you hit the right one, they counterattacks with the Chaos. So typically you hit Focus Fire on the left one. If you hit them both, you do get both counterattacks, so I hope that Napalm Bomb doesn't go off. Or if it does, it does enough damage to break the 1,000 damage threshold.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but aren't they susceptible to, like, Provoke and Hypno Wave?
You know, I don't know, because usually it's hard to get 1,000. It's not that hard to get 1,000 damage. But that would make sense that they would be weak to status effects. And Akuhesh telling us, yes, they are.
Yeah. OneFreeFitz found himself a Silver Stud.
Okay, Silver Stud is really nice, particularly if Luca learns Flare or Chrono learns Confuse or Luminaire.
Yeah, it can come in super duper handy. Unless you then run into a pair of, like, Prism Specs. That is like who gets what.
Yep. Now, right now, Fitz cannot complete the desert. You could attempt to fight the boss here. It will be random. Just like the boss that I'm All In's going to face will not necessarily be Masa and Mune.
I see an eye. Is it Son of Sun? No, it's Red Knight.
Oh, no. Oh, that's not good at all.
Oh,
Red Knight needs water damage to lower its defense. Otherwise, you're going to have a really high miss rate. And if the core gets absorbed from too much and it dies, Red Knight will go berserk and make your life pretty miserable.
I mean, your best chance at this point is basically cast on it. That's all you can do.
Yeah, and you can't use elemental magic because it absorbs or resists all elements.
But water.
So now the center will absorb the elements, which means you can keep the center from dying, but you're not going to do any damage. Luca has like no weapon, so she'll do no damage this entire fight. Ayla Tailspin will do good damage. Chrono with his sword might do okay damage. I do see chat pointing out Fitz found a Kali Blade in the desert. That's great for Chrono. So you're going to have some good damage. And now he's heading to the Hecarim Cave, where normally you need to have magic to progress.
Well, they do have attacks that do magic-like effects.
Yep, you've got lightning, you've got access to napalm, so doing damage here is good. And Hecarim might not even be at the end of his own cave.
We've seen it happen.
I will say, the bosses at least have not been very vanilla. The items may have been. Now we see Ayla drop down to 10 HP, just trying to get off tailspin after tailspin. But this is a dangerous fight.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen OneFreeFitz in a bad fight with Mother Brain, and now we have I'm All in a probably not a good end fight with Ret Knight.
Yeah, could have some struggle there, but I mean, the Ret Knight's got this AoE shock attack that we just saw used that does 60, 70 HP damage to everyone. You don't have access to AoE healing, so that's kind of rough.
Yeah. I mean, Cure 2 is semi-useful. It's just expensive, and is it as good as your mid-tonics? Don't know.
And with the core absorbing damage, I mean, your returns are getting negated. Looks like every absorb is absorbing 150 to 200 health. Tailspin's doing decent damage, but is a mana drain. Ethers are only healing 8 MP instead of 10.
Oh man. Oh, that's rough.
Now, luckily, I am seeing that at least I'm All In bought a bunch of them.
Yeah. Usually when I'm starting, I'm picking up at least 50 of a whole bunch of different stuff.
Yeah, and now Chrono does fall down to the ground. So does Ayla. This is going to be very hard to recover from. Revives healing almost to 100 HP, which is good. That's actually enough to absorb an attack or two.
Now, you see, that's why I like having Nadia in the party, is she knows Re-Raise, which is basically Life 3 or Arise or whatever version you know of it. But it can save you in a pinch.
Yeah, it is a great spell. Only problem is you have to learn your first 3 techs or get access to magic. And if she's learning that, that's one less chance for you to learn Ice 2 or Haste, which are far better.
Yeah, can confirm.
At least in this caster's opinion.
Yeah, I think I'd rather be toting Luca with Flare myself, but...
Oh, yes, but just things on Marl. Alright, so the top is gone. Now we're just looking to get rid of the legs. That will make this fight easier. Because you only have one set of attacks coming in instead of 2. Taking a look at some gear adjustment on Fitz's side.
Not a bad idea.
Nice job putting the hit ring on Chrono to give him a better chance at actually hitting. Oh no, the core is dead.
Oh no. Oh no. Nisbel too.
Prayers to I'm All In. We may see some really nasty attacks come out.
Yeah, hopefully it dies soon, but I'm not holding my breath.
Do see, like you said, Nisbel 2 on that side. We're looking for Chrono to apply a bunch of lightning to lower Nisbel's defense. You got to hit it with lightning 3 times to have it release the shock and lower its defense. But you're also going to take a fair bit of damage from that. You can get around it by using other magic, which looks to be the process here.
So Frog knows Frog Squash, that could be useful.
Frog Squash only deals physical damage though, so it'll be difficult to get any good damage. I'm All In, taking 120 damage per one of these sandstorms. I didn't see how many revives he had. I know he's already used 3. Revives are expensive early.
Yeah, they're what, 1,200 a pop-ish?
1,000 gold.
Something like that.
And Also, gonna be start running out of ethers soon. All right, here comes another cyclone. Someone's going down. Chrono will be falling to the ground.
Oh, it's okay. He's just tired. I didn't see any more.
And
revives.
that's probably the rest. No, Luca is still standing. 2 revives.
Oh, this is gonna be dicey.
We're seeing the shocks. Luca is down.
Oh no.
We are going for the tailspin. Is it the tailspin of destiny? Yes!
It is! Oh,
Holy cow!
that was
I'm all
good.
in. Gambles and says he is all in.
Pays off.
What a payoff there. And somewhat anticlimactically, Fitz also defeats Nisbel too.
Yeah. So let's see the key items we get this time around.
I'm shocked that I don't know if that was 100% calculated or not. We got a Thomas pop from Fitz, so you get to go to Giant's Claw. Could be a fun dungeon. And I'm all in gets a pendant.
Oh.
So the pendant will unlock access to the future by sending yourself to prison.
And OneFreeFitz just verified his wrong. You pet the cat.
Oh, petting the cat is very important. This is the Catalack tournament. I think it's a requirement that everyone must go pet the cat.
That's what I heard. Pearl Edge would not be a bad gig, I don't think.
Yeah, too bad it's the Pearl Edge Midas. You don't get the bonus magic off of it.
Oh, yeah, but it's better than what he's got. And he agrees.
And looks like I'm all in is about to go pet his cat as well.
Yep.
Success! Cat percent is complete.
Oh, we have a Thomas Pop check.
Yep, this will just bring about Giant's Cave. I don't know if we'll see what Fitz goes straight into Giant's Claw or not. Could be a dangerous dungeon. Typically, you fight the Rust Tyranno there. He's got pretty high HP. If it's not the Rust Tyranno, you could end up facing something like Dalton or Slash with high HP, which is kind of a scary thought right now.
That only, I probably wouldn't do it until I at least unlocked Magic, because there's, I think, like, what, 3 Rubbles?
There are Rubbles there if you want to get tech points. Typically, the early place to grind Magic is Hecarim's Cave, because you can get about 150 tech points if you take all the fights.
Yeah, like, for Magus, I don't know if they fixed that glitch, but if you go in and he, like, gains a tech on the henches, he could be like 5-6 techs deep by the end you leave.
Yep, that vanilla glitch is still in the game and is still allowed, despite this being a glitchless tournament. Glitchless in this case meaning no things like the unequipped glitch to get ridiculous defenses, or no out of bounds to save scum your way past fights in Tyranno Lair, for example.
No major glitches.
Yeah, no major glitches. But the tech glitch is that anytime someone learns a tech, they learn that tech and get the tech points again. So if you need 20 tech points to learn your next tech, you fight something that gives you 25 tech points, you get the 25 tech points, learn your next tech, and then immediately get another 25 tech points. Most characters for techs 3, 4, 5 in that area need 100 tech, between 50 and 100 tech points to learn a new tech. So if you are in Hecarim's Cave where everything gives you 25 tech points, you can literally chain back to back to back techs and go 6 techs deep into your tech tree if magic is unlocked.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. I have used that to my advantage multiple times.
We are fighting an Omnicrone. Get some good experience, some gold. Ayla, you want to take someone into the prison who will do at least 100 damage to the guards so that you can one-shot them.
Ayla
does that.
To do that.
Yeah, Ayla will do that from scratch. do see Fitz making his way through Giant's Claw. There is only one forced encounter in Giant's Claw, and it's at the very beginning. Every single encounter other than that and the boss, obviously, can be skipped if you know where the triggers are.
Yeah, that's something I do not know.
If you are part of the Jets in Time community or are interested in joining it, and you join our Discord, that we have a nice, wonderful YouTube video that explains all the fight triggers, all the skips that you'll see runners taking, bypassing various events, various cutscenes, all sorts of stuff. And I'm All In is doing Fitz a favor and freeing him from the guillotine. So OneFreeFitz is currently correct. We have one free Fritz.
And with Chrono in the group, they also get some pretty nice sweat. Well, what is it? Something like
you'll get 10 free mid-ethers if you go visit his shop in 1000 AD after you escape from the future. So, but you can only do that if Chrono is in your party when you go to the store. Chrono does not have to be in your party when you go to the prison. He just has to be in your party when you go into the store, and it'll do a little cutscene. So if you're desperate for mana restoratives, that's a good way to get a few free.
Yeah, highly recommended to go and do that, especially if you're like end game and absolutely need something that heals more than 8 MP.
All right, so Ayla is getting ready to break out of prison. We're going to be fighting a dragon tank. One nice thing is you have 3 characters to fight the dragon tank instead of 2. And not that it will matter for today's race, but for those who may be picking this up in the future, there's the little sheet on the ground that tells you about like the dragon tank strength and weakness and how its resistance against lightning and fire. Because the game developers assume you're going to have Chrono and Luca in your party. And they do fire and lightning damage, and so it resists that. The head is completely immune. But if you have Marl, Frog, Magus in your party who do shadow or ice damage, it doesn't have any defense against that at all. You can just bypass everything and one-shot the entire dragon tank. Get like Ayla, Marl, and do cube toss. One-shot everything. And free Fritz. Oh, thank you, man, for updating the name there. We do see another mutant. Didn't see which one this is. This is the Terra Mutant, so...
Yep, so not the worst thing you could fight. Terra Mutant is actually kind of a pushover, in my opinion.
It is potentially high damaging, but at least it doesn't eat your mana.
Yeah.
Giga Mutant is so frustrating because it just eats all your mana. And also can only be damaged by magic, so...
Yeah, so...
So again, we've got two boss fights going on. I'm going to be watching, and Fitz says, "No, I don't really feel like fighting the Terra Mutant. I think we may see him completely reset out." Oh, he made a safety safe outside the cave. He's like, "Nope, screw that. I'm not doing that fight."
So where is he headed now? Probably Denadoro.
Yep.
Denadoro.
Gonna start walking up the mountain. We've already seen that's where you get the Toma Pop. Wait, no, I think. Scratch that.
Where you
get the pendants. I swear I'm paying attention to the race.
Of course you are. Of course you
are. So we're going to see a second climb of the mountain while I'm All In goes ahead and finishes off the dragon tank, hopefully.
Well, there's the head. Makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, getting rid of the head means you get rid of the healing.
And you can start to damage with lightning and fire again.
Yep, lightning and fire damage on the body and wheels will work. We do see the napalm going off. You have to be careful. You don't really want to destroy the wheel before you destroy the body, because if you do, the body begins counterattacking with lasers.
Yeah, that's no fun. Unless you have, like, Dark Mail, in which case it's just fine.
Yeah. Also, I'm always curious, how did 1000 AD people come up with teleportation, mechanical dragons that fire lasers, but you still live in houses heated by wood fires?
Doctor Who?
Yeah.
That's the only thing that makes sense, is Doctor Who.
And really, I've got to imagine the fact that Dragon Tank exists is 100% Robo's fault from when you leave him behind in 600 AD.
Sounds legit.
They study the designs of a robot from 2,000 years into the future.
Well, technically 2,300, but you know what's a couple hundred years between friends?
Yeah. We get to see the wonderful Chancellor face, and I'm all in. We'll be going to the future. One of the flags for this tournament is called the Early Pendant Flag, meaning that once you make it to the future, your pendant is charged, and you can open up all the sealed doors and sealed chests, and get yourself a huge supply of items. And we see blue males, the Lapis M. So if you played vanilla Chrono Trigger, you probably remember the Lapis heals everyone for 200 HP. Lapis M can replace regular Lapis and is a party-wide mid-ether instead of a party-wide mid-tonic.
Yeah, that is a thing worth noting. Is when I played my very first seed with the Lapis M, like, I hope this heals me. It healed my MP, and I promptly died.
And Lord Batsy providing some nice input. The Lapis M rolls independently of the mid-tonic and mid-ether, so even though they act functionally the same, if your mid-tonic rolls low, that doesn't mean that your Lapis will roll low. And same for the mid-ethers.
Oh, it looks like I'm All In is going to check the Protodome and see who this next character could be.
Yeah, I guess he's looking for Magus. I guess he's looking for Magus, unless he wants the girl power team.
Hey, I'm all about girl power.
The girl power team can be really strong. You get access to Anipo 3. You get access
Blaze
to
kick.
Cube Toss.
Blaze kick.
Yeah. You've got good physical damage. You've got great double techs with that team. And you get access to haste and re-raise, so...
Yeah, their triple tech Piezo Dance, which comes through the White Rock, is not great. It's Nadia! Yay, Nadia!
Alright, well, Marl is here, so we'll see if Chrono can survive the onslaught of girl power that's coming, or if Chrono's going for the bench.
So, Nadia is an android. You ready to hear first?
Alright, well, she's an android in this timeline. In another timeline, she's a descendant of a frog. One of the several endings of Chrono Trigger. Everyone in 1000 AD becomes a frog.
Girl power! And I saw haste in Nadia's tech tree, so...
Alright, so Marl already has haste.
And the great the underrated or
saying, isn't it all reptiles? No, that is a separate ending. There is an ending where everyone is a reptile because Azala actually wins the fight at Tyranno Lair and survives the onslaught of Lavos. The frog ending implies that Frog rescues Lean, and then Lean leaves the king to marry Frog. Which is all sorts of weird for a Super Nintendo game in the early 90s.
Oh, yeah. So, I was talking about the Prism Dress Minus. Yeah.
Oh, that's sad.
I hate to see it. To see it.
I mean, the Prism Dress, even without the built-in magic defense, is still a good defensive item. But free barrier.
Yeah, it's just... hate to see it.
And so we see on Fitz's screen, he is taking on the Ret Knight. He's going to be a slightly higher level, which should make this fight a bit easier, but he has not brought Ayla with him, so do not have Tailspin, but the top is already dead, so looks like maybe a slightly easier fight. And good use of Spin Cut to get double damage.
Absolutely.
Also, Fitz has the Kali Blade, so Chrono actually has a real weapon.
Yeah, the red katana, I mean, it works great if you have nothing else.
I mean, it's not a wooden sword, so...
That's true. It is, like, spray painted red, though, so stick with that, what you will.
I mean, it feels to me like if the sword is spray painted red, it should make you go fast. Because that's what the spray painting things red does.
No. It's adding stickers makes you go faster. Every sticker is worth 5 horsepower.
Now, gonna see... I'm all in. He's heading through the Hecarim Cave, we know. That leads to nothing great.
Yeah. But Luca, having Ice 2, is making brisk work of basically everything.
Oh yeah, so if Marl has haste and Ice 2 in her first 2 techs, well, I was gonna say you don't have to unlock magic, but Luca does not have Fire 2 or Flare.
Once he learns those, then it's just kind of...
Yeah, like, unfortunately, I think Luca has her 3 techs, and I think it's... I know Flame Toss is in there, and Napalm. I'm not sure what the third one is.
I haven't bothered to look, actually, so... I guess we'll find out with Fire.
Oh, Fire 1! So, not great. Fitz does complete the Red Knight fight, is going to be getting his pendant. I'm all in, picking up some extra tech points. May wish he had gone and unlocked magic, but is going to get 2 items out of this chest.
Yeah, that's why I like going through the Hecarim chest with the pendant, because there's some awesome stuff in here.
There's a mid-ether and a magic ring. Not the best chest tonight.
Yeah, no. But I have had rainbows coming out of that chest before.
Oh, yeah, that chest could hold almost anything in the game. Sometimes you get some really great stuff. This time, kind of lackluster. Like I was saying, the mid-ether might be worth it. Well, I mean, maybe. I don't know how many mid-ethers we've seen so far. But also, I'm all in, could get 10 of them for free just by going to a store.
This is true. So, oh yeah, Nisbel is here. I forgot. Oh, and no Chrono.
Shouldn't need it though, because Tailspin, Fire, and Ice 2 will all do actual damage against Nisbel. Tailspin bypasses defense. The other 2 are magic, so they're fine.
What is Fitz doing? I'm not sure he knows either. Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay, now he's going to the future. I'll say, I think he's out of places to go right now. Well, unless he wants to go back to Giant's Claw and have fun with that.
Fun in the loosest term.
Alright, Nisbel has fallen. So I'm all in. He's gotten a few extra levels on the bosses that Fitz has fought. So the boss fights are going a bit easier for him. And most of the same checks have been made. So I would say I'm all in's probably got a little bit of a lead here. Most of that time probably coming from the failed Xenon Bridge fight that Fitz had at the beginning. Not being able to defeat the Mother Brain with the screen healing him for 150 HP a turn became very dangerous.
Yeah, not recommended.
Amalin's going to take a second stop here. So checks that are available right now. In the future, you've got Eris Dome. That's a relatively easy check. The Son of Sun spot, which will probably not have Son of Sun there, might be an okay check depending on what the boss is.
Genodome, which is another one of those things I avoid like the plague.
Yeah, Genodome is a very long fight. And you've got Thomas Pop to turn in to pick up the Giant's Claw and go through Giant's Claw and grab whatever that is. Zelfer in chat, go Genodome! Zelfer, I believe, is one of our few runners who is a huge fan of going to Geno Dome.
I'm not sure he's okay in the head, though. Akuhish, too. He likes the Magus' castle check, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Geno Dome, Akash does say, long dungeon, but lots of XP. Lots of tech points, really good gear. But even if you know all the skips, it is such a long dungeon.
There is one reason I hate that dungeon, and it is Bumperbot.
Yeah, the Bumperbot and learning how to do the Bumperbot skip.
Yeah, that and if you are bound and determined to do the conveyor skip, that could blow up in your face.
Yeah, it
like
can.
You have 3 before it was just faster to go up. Well, I think there's also a couple laser guards up there too, which can go really bad. Oh no, we only have one OneFreeFitz this time.
Yep, it is just... No, wait a second now. OneFreeFitz is not saving Fritz. That's not right.
No, something is wrong here. Can someone let him know that he forgot something?
Yeah,
I guess not.
Quick, turn around before you leave. But instead, I'm All In is heading into Giant's Claw, is going to discover the sadness that is the Mega Mutant at the end of it. But we do get to listen to awesome dungeon music.
I think when it comes to dungeon music, my favorite, far and away, the Undersea Palace.
Oh yes, Ocean Palace is great.
Yeah, just the whole sense of foreboding that something is going down.
Yeah.
Like right here, right now. I love that piece of music.
Yeah, that is great. The piece that we're hearing now is probably my second favorite dungeon music. But I mean, while we're seeing some stuff that we've already seen once, I will say, shout outs to the composers and all the sound team that worked on Chrono Trigger for putting together such a masterpiece of a musical. The sense of like going through Magus Castle, which we may get to see tonight. The way the atmosphere is set up, making you think you're nearing the end of the game 20 hours in on your first playthrough in vanilla, only to realize, nope, you've just started. It's so well done.
Yeah, not to mention like the sense of despair and, you know, just the whole essence of the ruined future with the world map is perfect too.
Yeah, great stuff there. They're saying that Fitz knew that I'm All In had already saved Fritz, thus he couldn't save Fritz and remain OneFreeFitz. So I guess that makes sense. But that would mean that OneFreeFitz would have to be disqualified for looking in on someone else's stream.
Unless
he's not actually disqualified.
Yeah.
But
unless he's from the future.
Damn time travel.
I hate technical mechanics. I mean, we've already confirmed the existence of Doctor Who at this point.
And we've shown that robots did exist in the past, which is how you get robot tanks in the future. It's Fritz telepathy. The Fritzes can talk to one another. So okay, Fritz let Fritz know.
Yeah, I would buy that, I guess. So we have Girl Power going against the Terra Mutants.
Alright, so with Terra Mutants, so you're going to get Fire, Tailspin, and Ice 2. That's going to be decent damage. But yeah, Terra Mutant's going to hurt.
Yeah. OneFreeFitz, Fritz. Is it officially Fitz or Fritz?
No, his actual name is Fitz, but the character in the prison is Fritz. So it's slightly different, which is why the R is in parentheses now.
Works for me. We will see what he does, like if he's going to actually make the R-Stone check, or if he's just going to do what I'm All In did and just ran back to the prison.
Yeah, I will say one thing that I'm all in has in his favor of fighting the Turret Mutant. You have Marl with haste. You could, in theory, haste your entire party, which would make you a lot safer against some of the more damaging attacks.
This I didn't expect to see. We are seeing a Son of Sun check first.
All right, so Son of Sun, and oh no, we have Lock put in, which is going to reduce the damage output of this team considerably. Mid-tonic's only healing for 147. That's painful.
Yeah. It's gonna be rough, but...
Son of Sun is Atropos. Atropos here will have somewhere in the neighborhood of 6,000 to 8,000 HP.
Something like that. And I mean, she does seem kind of like a pushover, but after a certain point, she just starts doing laser spin and area bomb.
Also, the Robo Tackle for some reason hits all three of your characters.
Yeah.
And I'm All In has completed the check against the Mutant. Mutant is down, so we will see what the Rainbow Shell actually is.
Come on, Robo's Ribbon.
Bent Sword.
Sword.
We know where... Wait, that means we've got ourselves a go mode because we have a bent hilt. We've got a frog. We're going to be heading to Magus' castle.
Do you think that they are going to try and unlock magic first?
I would expect someone's going to run because you don't... I mean, I'm All In really is going to want to have Luca learn Fire 2 or Flare.
Absolutely.
This team versus Lavos without it would be really weak.
Yeah.
Now you could replace Luca with Chrono maybe, and you've got Spin Cut. Oh, but you don't have Ice 1, so you can't get Ice Sword. Yeah, no, I think you have to go unlock magic with the techs that are known. Fitz on the other side sees Atropos healing for 500 damage. One tactic for fighting Atropos, if you can just survive, she eventually self-destructs.
That's actually good to know. I didn't know that.
Now, of course, she's dealing 150 damage an attack, and some of them are AoEs, and you have no AoE healings, so...
So surviving is kind of a thing.
Yeah. And she still self-destructs once you kill her anyway, so you have to kill her and have enough life left to survive the explosion.
I'm All In is going into the factory. They are unlocking magic.
That's not too surprising. See a nice skip here? If you're quick, you can avoid that fight, which saves you about 15 seconds.
Yeah, those... I hate those things. They're...
The acids and the alkalines. Now, I'm All In is going for a full factory clear?
Looking for swag? That's about the only thing I can assume.
Maybe looking for extra gear? And has thought better about it. I'm pretty sure Atropos self-destructs after time.
Yeah, it's just this particular time she's not. She's,
Okay, Zephyr was questioning it, and, I mean, I know that normally the answer is you kill it so fast you don't see it, but I was like, I'm pretty sure I've run into Atropos at the Yakra spot when I had a Wood Sword Chrono and a Mara with a base weapon and no magic, and a Luca with base weapon and no magic, and it was quicker, instead of auto-attacking, to just let her die, because that was before we did the HP pass, and randomized bosses had their actual HP at whatever location they showed up at.
Yeah, I'm All In. Just found an item that might make Robo worth it. Terra Arm Plus.
Oh, we don't know what the plus is, but we do have access to Robo.
We do have access, but I get the feeling that this is going to be a girl power seed for I'm All In. And OneFreeFitz decides he doesn't want to be dealing with Atropos and steps up.
All right, so that is 2 bosses that Fitz has tried to fight and not had any success with. And looks like his decision is to go into the factory. Now, Fitz does not have the Go mode, does not have the sword from Giant's Claw. So I would expect... Well, I wouldn't expect him to be going to get magic yet, because you might find the gate key, which would save you time.
It would, yeah. It's just where do you find the gate key? Like,
yeah.
For all we know, it could be at RS. I wish I had a...
Yeah, and I'm actually surprised to see anyone go into the factory without checking RS first.
Yeah. Also, I can confirm that if you're doing this whole Zaby thing without audio cues, you can't do it.
Yeah, it is difficult to get the timing right on the Zaby password. Also, suggestion for future Randomizer, if SudoArk or any of the developers are in chat, we should randomize the Zaby password and have the name of the password change so that you could read the name by reading what Zaby turns into, because Zaby is XYAB, or yeah, XYAB?
No, XABY.
XABY. Yeah, so we changed Zaby around so that the letters and the stuff still make sense, so you can read the text and put in the correct password, but it's not always XABY.
So, while we're making requests, can I also say that can we get the Zeal 2 battle music to be Magus, even without Magus in the party?
That one's not bad either. I would be okay with that.
And fix the rat. I hate the rat.
What's wrong with the rat?
I can never catch it on the first pass. Or second or third.
Okay, no. The rat check is a rite of passage. Lord Batsy, no, so. Batsy is right. No, the same computer still has to say password Bazy is in effect or something. And so Bazy would be BAXY. Still no need to go do right side, unless you're playing Chrono Sanity mode.
Good old Chrono Sanity. I haven't played that in quite a while.
Mian says we cannot remove the true final boss, the Rat and Eris Dome.
Yeah, Lord Batsy is right. If we have to do the right side of the factory, I think we will have a mass revolt on our hands.
Yeah, as you should. Right side of the factory is terrible.
Alright, so I'm all in is learning them some magic.
Yeah, you can only take 3 characters in at a time, so he's decided to have Frog learn it instead of Chrono. I don't expect Frog or Chrono, either one, to actually join the party.
I don't either.
Although, you might take Frog through Magus's castle, because you would have the ability to use the Masamune to lower Magus's magic defense.
It's true. I should mention, though, that we're not thinking magic, so I'm not sure if All In is actually going to be able to get his text this time around.
Okay, no, he's thinking magic, and that's good enough.
Works for me, man. So, we get to see what their next texts are. I'm crossing my fingers and hoping Luca's next is Flare.
I would be happy with Fire 2.
Fire 2, Flare, they both work.
Yeah, if you said you got Fire 2, that's good enough to win the game with. Yes, Flare is much better, but Fire 2 gives you access to Antipode 2. Antipode 2 would be enough.
It also gives you access to Blaze Kick once Ayla learns her triple kick, which is...
also amazing.
Yeah, kind of all you need.
Oh, and we've swapped in Chrono, so Chrono is also learning magic. So I'm all in, says, I'm not 100% sure who my final party is, so everyone learns magic. I would, looking at the teams right now, I would be very I'd be tempted to go get Robo and just see what techs he knows, because maybe Robo knows Shock and Laser Spin, which would give you Lightning and Shadowed magic. Marl could be used, or Frog could be used for water magic. Luca could be used for fire magic, and you have all magic needed to fight Magus.
It gives you access to all elements.
And if Robo doesn't have both Shadow Spin and Shock, then take Chrono, Frog, and Luca for coverage.
Delta Storm.
And yeah, you could in theory learn Delta Storm if Lightning 2, Water 2 get learned.
Yeah, I did see that Frog's next spell was Heal, and Nadia's, and Luca's was, I think it was Mega Bomb?
Well, Mega Bomb's not too bad, but
it's not Flare.
And the problem with Frog has this odd quirk where his either his fourth or his fifth tech, I don't remember which now. One of them requires like 3 times as long to unlock as everything else. And Fitz, well, before we get to that, awesome cutscene.
Oh god, yes. I am all for this. Yes, he is. We're holding cover the cat. I guess I'll put me too. I'm sorry, my cat has been accosting me for pets lately.
And that is our national anthem for Chrono Trigger. That is the best scene that's in the vanilla game. And the anime version that's part of the souped up DS or PS1 renditions, also still amazing.
Absolutely. I still think I prefer the in-game cutscene though.
The Zonker 38 scene. I don't remember what the Zonker 38 is. Is that the breaking into the prison? Was that what the Zonker is? Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been so long since I've played vanilla, and I just knew that Luca comes in and knocks everyone unconscious and
then
saves
says,
you.
"Quote unquote, let's blow this joint." Yeah, I remember that really well.
Yeah, that's if you have Chrono be a good citizen and wait the 3 days for his execution.
No, she does that even if you break out.
Well, she comes in and helps you break out, but you've already met her there. But if you wait for the execution, she breaks in while you're under the guillotine and knocks everyone out.
She does that, doesn't she? I forgot because I've always broken out.
Yeah, it's like, why would I wait 3 days and let them execute me? Looks like I'm All In is doing a little bit of grinding here with Ice 2 in his pocket. This is actually a great place to get some extra tech points. The fights here all give 15 to 20 tech points and good experience as well.
Yeah, do we remember who the boss is through here, by the way?
No, we've not seen anyone do the boss here yet because we don't have Robo.
That's right. I'm All In could get Robo. So...
Could get Robo and find it, but it wouldn't do anything at this point unless I'm All In wanted to search for a second go mode because he was just bound and determined not to go through Magus's castle.
You know, the smart money might be on that because I wouldn't want that either.
Given that you are multiple items away from both of the other go modes, I think the quickest decision is to go ahead and go through Magus's castle. Because you have to do at least 2 more dungeons, and that's if they both had the clone and Chrono Trigger. Also, the remaining dungeons that are available right now would be Desert and Geno Dome. And we haven't done Eris Dome yet.
No, we have not. And no, we don't have a gate.
Oh, and we didn't actually finish Son of Sun either, so we don't know what it has. So there's actually a few checks you could make.
Well, yeah. I mean,
I was thinking we were down to like 2 dungeons that you could check, but OneFreeFitz has actually been into and left a bunch of dungeons, which makes it feel like we know more than we actually do.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm kind of banking on I'm All In, looking for another go mode. Like if he can find, what does he need? Ruby Knife and Dreamstone to go through.
Yeah, you'd have to have Ruby Knife and Dreamstone and Gate Key to go through Tyranno.
Forgot about that. So
So you got 3 dungeons there, or you'd have to get the clone and chrono trigger to go through Black Omen. So at least 2 dungeons. I think he's just looking for some XP so that he feels comfortable in the dungeon.
Yep. But no, he's at Magus's castle, so here we go.
And Lord Batsy pointing out, probably grinding TP, but there are some better TP spots in the castle. That's true. There is a fight just inside and to the left where you fight, I think it's like 5 skeletons and an Omnicron that you can one-shot with Ice 2, and you will get quicker XP. It's a quick reset. Although I'm All In had not looted the desert, so he was also getting desert loot. So... Also, a big thanks to everyone who convinced them to change up Magus Castle and cut about 2.5 minutes out of the run by making it so this save point appears as soon as you walk in the door, instead of having to check both sides of the castle first. I don't know whose idea that was, but that goes so far in making Magus Castle feel better.
This is strange. Fritz is going back into the desert, but he still doesn't have access to Robo yet. Maybe he's grinding?
Yeah, I guess grinding to go back and fight the Mega Mutants?
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of an unorthodox check to double dip into anything, let alone double dip without
Double dip into desert that you can't complete.
Yeah. Kind of strange.
Alright, so I'm All In has left, saved, and came back in. That's the fight where you could actually get some good tech points. You also have this fight. That's good tech points. And now instead we're coming up here. We're going to be looking for what would be the fight against Slash, but may be a different boss here in a moment.
Could be Flea?
Yeah, that could also be Super Slash.
Or Flea Plus.
Or Dalton. Or...
Dalton
there's
Plus,
a whole slew of things here that could still be here. Let's see, we can learn Life 2. Learned Confuse. So you get Ice Sword 2 as a dual tech. One of the most damaging techs in the game. Certainly one of the more mana-friendly techs that's high damage.
Absolutely.
And it's a Yakra fight.
Yeah, so Nadia is looking like a really good choice at this point, actually. Let's see how this fight goes.
Now, the nice thing is Yakra here will have more HP, does a bit more damage, but really, we're fine. Ayla does know triple kick, so...
She does.
Almost 2,400 damage on Ice Sword 2. Triple kick's gonna do in the neighborhood of 1,000 damage.
We'll see.
Oh no, 1,200.
4, 8. Oh wow. This might be the group. Just because Luca doesn't know Flare, that's kind of a. Well, but again, you don't really have much of a mage. You have 2 bruisers and a healer.
Yeah, so your fight against Lavos 2 with this team might be rough.
Yeah.
But your fight against Lavos 3 is pretty easy. And Yakra just goes down quick.
Yeah. And he drops a slasher for all that's worth.
Well, it would be great if you didn't already have a Kali Blade.
Yeah. It would be better if it was like, a Wonder Sword.
Well, my only problem with, like, the Wonder Weapons is it is RNG based, which means you're adding luck on top of your luck, and that just always feels so... You get some really cool moments, but it always feels so wrong.
Yeah, I mean, like, sometimes it just doesn't work out for you. Other times, it's a great...
Oh, I'm all in. You ran past a chest that was on your way in. That does not take extra time to pick up. That makes me sad.
Maybe he'll get it on the way out?
Maybe. More cats. OneFreeFitz sees yet another cat. We do have a cat time traveler.
Oh yeah, we do. The one that's there,
yeah.
I guess.
Chrono's cat actually appears in like 4 different time periods.
Are we? Yeah, we're fighting Flea, looks like.
Actual Flea at Flea. Mian?
Okay. Mian, we have some complaints.
Well, it's not complaints, just questions.
Yes. We'll call it that.
Yeah, we want the Randomizer, apparently. Jim the Eternal, is this game even randomized? Well, considering we've got Ice 2 to use against Flea, yes. Or it's just New Game Plus.
Well, then again, I have seen people, like, grind against koalas to get Luminaire. So, I mean, that's a thing.
And we get through the Flea fight without a stare. That's nice. That's always a concern, because if she starts casting Flea's stare, your entire party can get wiped very quickly.
Yeah, and she dropped a slasher as well.
Get the chest. No, turn around.
Uh,
Alright, Fritz, I need you to get that chest to prove that I'm all in should not have skipped that chest. I need there to be like a haste helm in there or something.
Ooh, or a vigil helm. That'd be nice.
I am disappointed when you skip the free chests. Because I've seen both runners go out of their way for some extra chests, but you can bypass a lot of them. And this one, you don't lose time getting, and you're bypassing it. So... And Jim the Eternal says, watch Fitz get a different go mode to leave me in agony. Yes. But we do now see Fitz going back into Giant Skull, taking round 2 against the Mega Mutant. He's going to have a few extra levels under his belt, so should be an easier fight.
Did we actually ever discover what was behind the Terra Mutant, or...?
Yes, that was, that's the Broken Blade that gives you go mode. Because that's where I'm All In got his, Broken Blade.
Okay, I just didn't remember, because there's so many checks left to do.
Yeah. One thing, for people who are newer to this, you can actually skip these fights if you're willing to run away from them. Running away by holding L and R is your friend, and you can run from all but the first and last fight in this room.
Yeah, and when you're in go mode and you're at running away is perfectly acceptable. As Simon Tam said, it's okay to leave them to die. Or something like that.
Yeah, and we're seeing some good damage against the Sorcerer here. That's going to fall. Are they dropping anything good? Getting a lot of tech points. So that could be it. Could just be looking for tech points for Marl and Ayla.
Yeah,
Chrono has his most important tech.
Yeah, I saw a Power Ring. Well, I mean, if he learns Confuse, that's going to be good. Because I think all he knows now is Spin Cut.
No, he does have Confuse on I'm All In's side. They picked that up just a bit ago. Is how they have Ice Sword too. And running through and taking damage from the axes. So his party is going to be around 1 HP. But if you follow the right steps, you shouldn't have any fights between now and then. Oh, or you just used Aura to heal your entire party.
Like I said, Aura is severely underrated.
Yeah, Aura is a great tech, particularly for 1 MP.
Yeah, I have seen it heal more than Cure 2 on occasion.
Yeah, Aura is just ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
And it combines so well with Chrono if you get Cyclone and you get Aura Whirl, and you can just do that to everyone.
Yeah, I mean...
And a nice job skipping all the invisible traps. Now, there could be some good items down there. But nice job getting there. Fitz does complete the Mega Mutant this time, is going to pick up his Broken Blade. That's going to be go mode number 2. Looks like everyone's heading for Magus' castle.
Looks like Fitz either froze or is thinking about his life choices.
Oh no. Let's go check the streams. I don't see anything there. Check the race room. Timer is still going.
So either it hasn't updated for us.
Oh, he had picked up the item. You have to run out of the room, so he may have stepped away for a brief moment during that cutscene.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. And yeah, I did go to his personal stream. His stream's a bit ahead of our view. He is going, so we're good. We're fine. No one is dead.
We have another cat. We have Catalack now.
More cats.
Catalack with a Bolt or Bolt 2 gives you Volt Bite, I forget.
You know, I think we need another rule for the tournament. If you kill Lavos 3 using Cat Attack, you automatically advance to the next round. Even if your time was slower.
Okay, so if that is a rule, I need to keep that in mind.
No, it is not a rule, but I would like for it to be one.
I have to agree. Oh, jugglers.
Yeah, the jugglers here might actually be kind of dangerous because I don't think you're going to have enough magic damage to kill them in one shot. Which means you have to take the time to do 4 auto attacks to clear them. And if you don't do it fast enough, they will attack with the fireball attack that can one-shot your party members. But you've got Chrono and Ayla, who are the 2 fastest characters in the game. No problems here.
Lightning 2. Yeah, wow.
And we have Final Kick as a tech. So you can get some shadow damage now.
Yeah, I'd go with that.
We do see Fitz going through, making his purchases, looking for some gear. And here's another set of fights you can skip. If you run on the outside of the statues, you do not trigger those fights.
Something I have also used as well.
And now we get the fight against the second most dangerous fight in the game. Chain link gears. But Ayla can charm the gears off the chains off the gears, and you can get items out of them. Oh, they drop prism specs. Stop attacking and charm. Get 3 prism specs. Oh, you're gonna get them anyway, because every one of them will drop the same thing. Prism specs and hyper ethers.
Prism specs all around.
You're gonna have an extra prism specs.
Oh, this is ill. This is disgusting. In the best way.
And Bats is saying you can't sell prism specs. Yeah? Can I put my prism specs on my prism specs? I don't care if I can't see. The diamonds will do ridiculous damage.
Yo, dude, I heard you like prism specs, so I gave you prism specs.
For your prism specs.
So you can prism spec while you're prism spec.
Oh. Well, the only downside of having triple prism specs means you're not wearing an amulet, you're not wearing a gold stud, so mana management becomes more of an issue, and status protection can be an issue if you don't get status protection in your helmets.
So, like, Vigil Helm might be... If the Vigil Helm still does what it's supposed to be doing...
Yeah, but we did see the Time Hat was Time Hat Plus, but I did not see what the bonus was.
I do not either.
Alright, I did see I'm all in save. Did he actually use a shelter?
I don't know.
I hope he used the shelter.
Sure.
Oh, get your guesses in. May not be Magus. You have a brief moment to guess. Luca.
Robo. It's
Vanilla Magus. Man,
sad.
what did you do to this seed?
I think the question is, what didn't he do to this seed?
Yeah, because he didn't randomize enough. Go re-roll. Tell the racers they got to start over.
So we have the cutscene again.
Oh, we do have the cutscene. Can I get to it fast enough to get the music? It is quiet, but yes. Although that does mean we're missing Magus's music, which is unfortunate.
Yeah. Yeah, I still moved that Zeal 2, Magus' theme, should be a thing. Because just having, like, the big bad boss music, okay, that's great, but it's so boring.
That's great. Now we'll get back to Magus's music. Which is great, and so Magus' trick, doing the whole element shuffle, we'll see what they get. Only water damages, that is good. Only problem is, does anyone survive? Okay.
Yeah, they do.
But does anyone survive the counterattack afterwards? Because we got 2 people down to 100 HP.
Oh.
I think you're gonna have to like take time to haste everyone and heal everyone.
Well, it looks like we're doing a haste.
And we don't. We have Lapis Ins, not Lapises, so there is no AOE healing.
Oh no.
But with Chrono and Marl hasted, you should have enough speed to get enough healing off. And with the barrier as water... Oh, I was expecting to see Ice Sword too, since barrier was water. Oh, barrier's water again. So...
Okay.
I would expect to see Ice Sword too, and it's going to deal like 4,000 damage.
Yeah, hoping for that.
Here we go.
There it is. There it is.
$3,500 damage, and that does send him into the next phase. Just waiting now to see his defense drop, which it does right there. And now you just go to town with as much damage as you can get. Yeah, throwing mid-ether onto Chrono for 24. That's a terrible mid-ether, but it's enough to give him 2 Ice Sword 2s. And you hope that will be enough to finish the fight.
You can hope. I mean,
we're going to do it with a final kick.
Yes. Yes.
4,100 damage and a win. Final kick is right. Triple Prism Spect final kick.
Wow. That was glorious.
4K damage. Now, what's sad is that's 4K damage, but you have the option of doing Ice Sword 2 plus Triple Kick, which will be around 6,000 damage total.
But you don't get the swag.
Yeah, you don't get the swag.
Yeah. And you need the swag.
That was an odd-sounding Lavos.
So give him a break, man. He has, like, a cold or something.
Yeah. And now on Fitz's side, we see the fight against Flea. We haven't seen any stairs there either. We do see a slightly different team comp. We've got Marl, Luca, Frog versus Marl, Chrono, Ayla. The only character to see 2 of is Marl. That does not feel right at all.
Hey, I'm all for a Nadia seed. All for it. And yes, I do actually go through and rename her Nadia because
it is her real name.
It is her real name, and I don't think Marl sounds right.
You're not one of the Marley people, are you?
I am.
Oh no. All right, we gotta cut this stream off now. There is no way that is a long E on the end of her name.
Okay. Which is why I name her Nadia, because it's just kind of,
it avoids the problem.
Exactly.
Japanese is phonetic, and Korenth is saying it right. Yes! That's the end of Just a Time. Oh.
All right. Okay, so now I can be bitter for the rest of the stream.
No.
It's okay. I won't be too bitter.
Oh, and now we see the stare going off on Fitz's fight against Flea for
No.
189 damage, and another attack
Ooh.
was already queued. You could have back-to-back stairs.
Oh no.
Instead, you get the napalm for the win. That was dangerously close. We've seen a bunch of close boss fights today.
We have, yeah. This is.
I mean, we had Final Kick Magus. We had Miracle Tailspin on Ret Knight. We have locked in Napalm to avoid Final Stare.
And we took in the new shop.
Yeah, now we're getting ready for the real shop. That first shop is just kind of a joke. This is the real one, and it has Hyper Ethers, Amulets, and Giga Arms. Well, no one picked up Robo, so I don't think the Giga Arm's going to get bought. Didn't see anyone pick up an amulet.
They already have the Terra Arm anyway, so
true.
The Giga Arm is kind of pointless. As far as amulets go, do you think they're going to sacrifice the attack to do the status protect?
I thought you might see Marl drop the Prism spec for an amulet so that she doesn't get her magic locked out, because without magic, Marl is useless.
We could see that. We could see we could see it on Ayla too, because does she know Kiss? I didn't check.
She knows Kiss. So that could be status removal. I'm just thinking that you would see you'd want one person with it, maybe, and I would pick Marl just so you'd have guaranteed access to re-raise. But if you can get haste onto people before you get locked, it's not so bad because haste would get you enough enough time to get heals sent off. How many heals does he have left? 9 heals. Okay, that's probably enough.
I know for like final battles, I always like to have a good stockpile, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I would say coming into the final fight, you need a minimum of 7 heals. 3 for Lavos 1, 3 for Lavos 2, because you will get an obstacle in both of them guaranteed. And 1 for in case someone gets stopped by Lavos 3 and his time warp to the fair.
Yeah, that could be bad news.
And we have Zombor in Zeal. Not a particularly dangerous fight, and in fact, it is a 1-round fight for the head. MP Buster drains Ayla's MP. The head is dead despite it not disappearing.
Yep. I hate this. I need to be right back. My blood sugar's dropping, so I need to go grab something to eat. I'll be right back.
And going for more swag here, I'm All In says, I want the final kick to end this, but it's shadow damage, which actually heals the legs, and you can't do that. Also means you won't be able to use Ice Sword 2 either, so you just need Chrono to use Confuse to finish this off. And it may actually take multiple Confuses. We got another triple kick coming in. That's 1,500 damage, and there we go. Zombor falls, and we have one more new boss left to find out at the end of Ocean Palace. The double boss, which could be anything from like double Yakras, although we've already seen Yakra. So I guess double Yakra the 13th is probably the easiest remaining double. Unless it's double Golem boss. Can you... I don't know. Can we actually have double Golem boss? Does that work? I know you can have double Golems, because that's the vanilla, but can you have 2 Golem bosses? And do they both count down separately and eat up all of your frame inputs? That is one I have not seen. You can also get double Dalton Plus and just bemoan your lack of luck in this game.
Okay, I'm back.
Alright, so what you missed, Zombor goes down. We were talking about potential double bosses at the double Golem spot. And the fear that always exists of, I haven't seen Dalton yet. What if it's double Dalton plus?
There's also the other one that we never ever want to see ever, which is, have we seen the Elder spawn yet?
We have not seen double Elder Lavos spawn, so you could get double Lavos spawn. And some person asked, can you have double Magus? No. And Lord Batsy already beat me to the answer. Magus does not shuffle because he's considered a go mode boss. Pseudo-Arc asking, North Cape Magus win? Well, I mean, if you lose to the Lavos Shell, you can make it to the North Cape. I don't know what you would do. Maybe that becomes like a new ending. A new ending boss is you have to go fight, lose to the Lavos Shell, and instead go kill like Uber Magus.
Oh. Not sure how I feel about that. And we had some grinding going on. I'm all in.
Pseudo-Arc says, Cape Magus is already in the beta.
Oh boy.
Oh, happy day. Ooh, we could add a Fight Shala Go mode and put it... Oh, no. Okay, he's kidding. I was going to say a Fight Shala mode. That'd be great. We found a way to bring in the Dream Devourer from the DS version. That would be awesome.
That would be kind of awesome, but again, I'm still not quite sure how I feel about the whole corrupted Shala thing.
Yeah. We do see that Ice 2 is doing good damage. Is just enough damage to one-shot. This is the grinding spot in the game. You get 80 tech points per kill. You also get something along the lines of like 2,500 XP. So you get a ton of XP. And this is where you grind to get your levels, any last techs.
Yeah, I think I did the calculations, and basically every 2 fights you get a level. More or less.
Yeah, that's pretty close to what you're going to get until you get far enough up in levels that it doesn't matter anymore. Most of the time, runners are looking to be in the neighborhood of level 25 to 30 when they leave this grinding spot. You'll gain an extra 2 or 3 levels as you progress, which means your typical Lavos fight is somewhere around level 28 to level 32.
Okay, I've been going 10 levels too high when I grind. I've been grinding until 35.
I should have waited to say that until after our race tomorrow. Then, darn. We do see Fritz takes the fall in the pit and might get to see some extra gear.
Whoa. Some person has just mentioned play as the Aussie trio and have to fight Chrono and crew.
That would be interesting.
That would be interesting. And I'm sure that you noticed that we have Falcon Hit now, which is outstanding as a tech.
Yeah, saying Falcon Hit would save a few frames of grinding. I guess Falcon Hit is faster than casting Ice 2.
I think so.
That would be the narrowest of cuts. It'd also be more mana intensive.
Yeah, it would. It would, kind of think of it.
But Falcon Hit is improved in Just in Time. It is a full screen attack as opposed to just a line attack.
Yeah, that is nice.
But it did lose its damage multiplier. In Vanilla, I think it does 4 times damage. And in Jets, it only does 2 times because it uses Spin Strike.
Huh. I knew that it hit more, I just didn't know that it that the damage was effectively reduced.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fair trade-off. You trade damage for AoE. There's a couple of other techs that I'd like to see that on, like Line Bomb, the Luca Frog tech. I'd like to see that become a full screen AoE too.
Yeah, that would make sense.
I mean, it buffs Luca, which we don't need, but it buffs Frog, which is always good.
Well, yeah. One thing that I would love to see I probably never will, unfortunately, is a new double tech that couples Dark Bomb with Luminaire.
It'd be cool. I think the whole idea is that Magus doesn't get double techs, unfortunately, so I don't know that we can add one. But that would be interesting.
Yeah, it's just that Magus is kind of a hard sell for me because he doesn't play nice with others.
Yeah, he doesn't. And I was going to say, I saw I'm All In go down. He used the shelter. Typically, you don't want to use the shelter at that safe point because you want Ayla to be on low HP. To use Dino Tail in the upcoming elevator sequence for reasons we'll talk about. But he's going to go back and make Luca take damage. Or not Luca, Ayla take damage. So he's going to get around that by a little bit of extra grinding and taking damage from this fireball generator.
I'm not entirely sure that Ayla even knows Dino Tail at this point.
I think we saw that in one of the early techs. Alright, so now you're going to stand as close to that statue as possible to speed up the fireballs. The idea is you want to drop Ayla down to 100 HP or so. Low enough that Dino Tail's going to do some ridiculous damage, but not so low as that she will die in one hit if something happens to go faster than her.
Yeah, that happened. It was very sad.
Particularly since the revives are currently reviving for nearly 200 HP. You can't even do, like, she dies, revive her, and Dino Tail, because she has too much HP at that point.
Yeah. That elevator just kind of makes... Well, it particularly makes me sad.
Yeah, the elevator fights are rough. The first two fights are just annoying. The final fight against the scouts, you need elemental... You either need single target elemental damage or a AoE non-elemental attack. So typically that means you're looking at Dino Tail or Frog Squash, both of which we have access to.
Yeah, typically isn't the play just to use Dino Tail on all of the attacks?
And yeah, if you have enough MP, you can just use Dino Tail over and over again, which looks to be the route we're going.
Oh, it's not a bad route, to be fair. About the only fight that doesn't end right here is the one with the Jin and the Bargus, and then you just do that.
Yeah, just need a couple of auto attacks to finish that up, because the Jin starts with a shield that you can't burst through.
Yeah. And it was being surprisingly resilient.
And now we see Dino Tail coming out again. And this is kind of your emergency check if you didn't check before. Do you do enough damage to kill the scout? In this case, decidedly, yes.
Yeah, if you can't...
At this point, well, you just kind of panic. But...
Yeah. But it looks like we're good here. So.
Yep, and Ayla has at least 14 speed, so she does go faster than the scouts. And because of that, this fight becomes trivial, and you just picked up a bunch of tech points.
But I think before the next major fight is, there is a save point, so they can use a shelter there. The only two fights are like mage and 3 scouters. You can just run from those. Assuming you even get the fight.
Yeah, we will see if they're able to make the skip here. Oh, I'm All In accidentally triggers the scouter fight on the way in, which is usually the easier part to dodge. Getting out is typically the hard part. But you can still run for the fight, so it'll be easy. Fitz is making his way still through Magus' castle. And...
no, not quite.
Not quite able to get that skip.
But you can just run away, so here we go.
And we'll go see Fitz is about to the place where he's going to be fighting Ozzy and find his trio of prism specs.
Ooh, he's going to like that.
I say trio. Actually, it's a quad of prism specs, but...
A quartet, you may say.
But 3 is all that matters.
Oh yeah, it was real pro for, someone if you decide to bring anyone else in at this late point.
And that's something to think about because you actually have the option, at least during the early parts of this tournament. Oh, we see our double boss, double Hecarim. So, gotta have some magic damage. And Ayla gets to charm people. Oh no, we're gonna go Final Kick. Okay. I don't know that Final Kick's gonna do that much damage because the triple kick portion's gonna get reduced. I think I would like to see Luminaire, Ice 2, and Charm, oddly enough, just to see if you happen to get anything good off the Hecrans. And Fitz is fighting his Aussie, getting the Prism Specs and thinking, oh, this is going to be amazing. I'm going to have all this damage for fighting Magus, which he will. Also has the Masamune to reduce Magus's magic defense, so you can get some ridiculous damage there.
Yeah, it's just, I hate to be the Debbie Downer, but he's also way behind. Not that he knows it, but...
Oh no, we just saw I'm All In go in with an Eye Sword on a Hecarim. Okay, the left Hecarim is not in auto or counterattack mode. The right Hecarim is. I think the left Hecarim may actually be dead. Which is good.
Died at one point.
I think it just, I think that Ice Sword actually killed it. So it didn't counterattack.
That would make sense, I suppose. Because that second one not disappearing can be a bit of a mind trick.
Yeah, it's kind of dangerous because if you start getting counterattacks in this phase, at this late of the game, the Water 2 attack actually does real damage.
Yeah. So does Water, and I think Ayla's going back down again. And yep,
bye, Ayla.
She's just tired. She's fine.
Possibly by Marl. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Now we're in trouble.
Alright, that's actually a good attack. That's only going to be like 150 damage.
160, so close enough.
And you're hoping Ice Sword 2 is going to finish this one off. Because Maul cannot take an attack.
And is this going to do it?
No, but you go into the counterattack phase, which means you have time to revive and heal.
I would be surprised if they didn't go for like an Aura Whirl.
It was... No. Okay. Magic Kick is okay. I'm All In, going for Swag again. And that is enough.
To do it.
So Hecarim is gone. OneFreeFitz is getting ready to do his fight against Magus. Who we know is actually Magus.
Yeah, which is kind of a bummer, but what can you do?
I like any character here except for Ayla. Fighting Ayla in this spot is awful.
I've never actually fought Ayla in that spot.
Yeah, Ayla's ultimate attack is Grand Dreamstone, which is usually only used by Lavos. And it does as ridiculous damage as you might think. And there is no elemental mail armor to absorb it like everyone else's ultimate attacks.
Oh, that's just broken. No.
Is it energy release? I thought it was Dreamstone. Whatever it is, it's not elemental, and it's a pain in the butt.
Yeah, basically. That's what it comes down to.
Alright, so we see OneFreeFitz taking kind of the same strategy that we saw I'm All In do, having Chrono drop Confuses, hoping to find a good barrier to attack through.
Well, that was Shadow, so unless they have Delta Store, they're kind of stuck.
Yeah, Shadow's not going to be much help there, so you're just going to go for more attacks. Get Frog to auto-attack to reduce magic defense. Have Chrono attack again to change the elements again.
And we're in Lavos 1.
Alright.
I'm All In.
Lavos 1 has 3 attacks that he'll go through. Destruction Rains from the Heaven, which we just saw. He'll then cast Obstacle, which is going to lock everyone. Yeah. And then he'll cast an AoE unnamed attack that does non-elemental damage. That is rather dangerous.
I think it's effectively needle spin that Yakra 13 there.
Yeah, it's a high damage check. It looks like it's fire elemental, but it's not. That is similar to the attack from Black Tyranno, I guess.
Energy release is what I think I would call that. Energy release, or
the only downside is it goes back to back with that and destruction range from the heaven, and Ayla's the only one who survived. Oh no, 26 HP. She'll die to obstacle. And pointing out, this obstacle can be different than the early ones. That's new. I mean, it's been a while since I've run some heavy seeds. Do see Fritz just defeated Magus. I thought all obstacles were created equal.
That's what I thought too, actually. Wait, wasn't obstacle locking before?
Yeah, obstacles have been locked all game, but it's as of the throne room in Zeal 1. Pre-guaranteed amulet locks are rolled separately. Oh, all right. So that is good info to have. Look at me and Lord Batsy in here dropping good helpful knowledge to us.
Yeah, helpful knowledge for me, because I'm playing you tomorrow at 7.
Yeah. Well, we have to give Batsy's in the tournament, so she's being very helpful and kind. Unfortunately, I'm all in. It's going to have a hard time getting any damage out because he's having to heal so much.
Man, I mean,
you're going to have another attack here. It's going to drop Marl to about 100 HP.
But she can still life 2 somebody, which is useful. Yeah, that's what she's doing.
All right, and both this character and Marl should survive obstacle.
Yeah, unfortunately, it locks them both.
But if you're needing to heal, you can do all that with items, thankfully.
That's true. Assuming you can, defend yourself against the energy release and all that. That's the tricky part.
Well, now Marl is dead. You don't have life 2 anymore. Does Chrono have life?
Yes, he does.
Oh, but he's going to be locked, so he can't.
Oh, this is... Yeah.
Okay, destruction rates. He will survive.
Some person is right. This Levos battle might be the great equalizer.
This is going to be a massive resource drain at the very least. Alright, so you're going to get Lock again. Oh no, he's going for it. He's like, I don't care if Chrono dies to the next attack. Eyesore 2, let's get through this. That is enough damage. I'm all in squeaks by.
Jeez, I'm all in with all these clutch...
That's like the 3rd boss fight where he's done that. You're going to give us heart attacks, I'm all in. I know that's your name, but you don't have to prove it on every boss.
Yeah, it's just, jeez. I mean, I approve highly, but man.
Yeah, only 2 more fights to do that in. No, if you can do that cycle against levels 3, you reset. You are not surviving that.
Yeah, no. Okay.
All right, so levels 2, getting ready for this fight. You're going to start off with the Doors of Doom, followed by the Boomerangs of Death, and then you see who survives.
Yeah, basically. Basically, you hope and pray that that you don't end up with the Boomerangs of Death attacking twice on the same characters. That is a straight up kill.
Yeah, although with this team, I think Boomerangs kill anyone. I would kind of want to see... Okay, we're going to go with the Aura World technique. I was going to say I'd like to see Re-Raise cast on someone and maybe go for some damage on the arms. Zombor? That's not right. Luckily, there's a save point right outside that. Let's hope that doesn't happen again.
Yeah, but I'm not sure what to do if it does, to be honest with you. I didn't.
Did someone clip that? I don't know if I can clip from here or not.
Someone clipped it.
Yeah, I'm sure someone will be there to clip that. But looks like we're okay this time.
Yeah. And, oh,
that's true. We are recording.
That's true. And the Levels 2 fight is, on I'm All In is going really.
Yeah, and we see the Protective Steel disable. I think the only person with any protection may be Ayla. So that's not a big loss. And that's going to be enough time, I hope, to get the right arm down. And that is successful. So now you wait for the obstacle, which is going to nuke everyone's spellcasting ability. Only 4 heals left. That is enough if you don't get hit in Lavos 3.
I wouldn't have used it quite like that. I would use it on Ayla and had her kiss everyone.
You've got 1 left, so hopefully that will be enough. The Zombor fight is finishing up. The bottom is gone. Fight's over. Fitz is going to be entering into the Ocean Palace here, about 20 minutes behind I'm All In.
Do you think that that Fitz is going to be grinding at all, or is he just going to go for it?
I think he'll have to grind a little bit. 'Cause between all the fights that he had to back out of, I don't know that he has the levels. But his chance for catching up is going to be to not grind and to hope that Lavos 3 decides that I'm All In just doesn't get to play the final boss.
We can... I mean... Oh, wow.
Well, you get quite a bit of time between the first final Doom Blaze and the next attack, and the fight is over. So we saw an elixir, a rainbow helmet, some good drops, and now we get to the most important minor glitch in the game, the menu skip. There is a window as you go into the Lavos 3 fight, where if you press the menu button, you can actually access your inventory and use it to heal up before the fight starts. In the early part of the tournament, there is a flag called Easy Lavos Skip that greatly lengthens the period where you can do that. Without that flag, you've got about a 3 to 6 frame window to actually hit the skip.
I have actually reliably gotten it by just pounding X.
Yeah, there are quite a few. There's some audio cues. There's some visual cues you can use. There's several ways to get through it. But with the easy flag on, not only can you access this screen, you have enough time to also access the character select screen, so you could, in theory, swap characters out from the end of time and have a different character setup for Lavos 3 than Lavos 2.
That is really interesting.
And since we have 4 prism specs, you could have a character set up already.
Yeah, that does make sense, actually.
Yeah. So I had a practice scene where I had Robo on the bench with Uzi Punch ready, and I subbed out. I think I subbed out Marl for Robo just to bring in so I could do left bit strats with like Giga Arm Uzi Punch techniques.
Yeah, that would work. So I see that you're a left bit killer, or do you just go?
Oh, lightning strike! That's not a kill. Wow. Must have Rainbow Helm on Marl. Going for the haste. Gonna be missing out on some stuff. Yeah, I am a what does my team allow me to kill quickly killer. If I've got good magic, it's center bit. If it's good physical damage, I go left bit.
Fair enough. It's just that left bit can be kind of dicey. Like when you start getting like X strikes on you, that's not a good day.
Yeah, the problem with doing left bit strikes is the Lavos core in the center will keep doing time warps, and you'll get like status effects or Grand Dreamstone or Dreamless. But
yeah, they.
I was
Yeah,
gonna say we've got Maul with haste, so a lot of that fear goes away when you can do that much damage.
yeah. There's another lightning strike, and he lives.
Lavos is actually being very kind, given the number of Rainbow Helms we've seen, to not be going for slaps, but instead using the lightning attacks. And now we see, oh, we're going for final kicks. I'm all in, trying to get the swag. We're going to get ready for time here fairly soon.
And I noticed that he's just going straight for that right bit. He's not taking up the center bit or anything.
No, they're just going straight damage. He's not going to even try to take the left bit down again, it doesn't look like. Going straight damage on that right bit. Trying to end quickly.
Oh, yep, there's lightning again.
That's like, we haven't seen Lavos do a single time warp. That's very unusual.
Yeah, it's kind of strange, actually.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that many slaps. And there's the end. That's going to be it. Looking for the done in chat. 1:59:25 is the final time for I'm All In. GG on picking up a win here in the first round.
Oh, wow. So, all right.
So with that done, I'm All In is going to advance to the next round, and I believe his next opponent is going to be Chokosura, who placed second in our last tournament, I believe. So his reward is to get to face one of the best runners in the community. Congratulations.
All right, let's see how Fritz takes care of the last of his seed.
Yeah, Fritz will be coming up here soon. Let's get the sound turned on.
Yeah. Now, probably worth asking, because I'm probably going to be doing this. If you are in a situation like this, when you forfeit, does that actually hurt you, or?
It does not. At this point, Fitz could choose to forfeit, and it wouldn't affect standings or anything. But in general, it's a good idea to go ahead and finish out. It's a good experience to finish it out.
Yeah, I guess you'd be right there.
I do see Fitz is on the elevator fight. Has Frog, so has access to Frog Squash, but Frog has not lowered his HP. So Frog Squash will not do enough damage to kill the scouts, unfortunately.
Oh boy.
So that means we're going to be seeing the long version of the scout fight.
Yeah, because I think they all have yeah, I think that they all have the magic that they need, you know, lightning, fire, water. That's going to be a really long fight, though. And forgive me if you can hear me crunching. Like I said, I'm blood sugar. It's a thing.
All right, so now, see, with the Lightning Scout down, I've got Fire 2 being cast off. That should finish up this particular fight. And we're going to step into the Scout fight. So what you're going to be looking for is to use some combination of Lightning 1, Fire 1, or Flame Toss to single target down a couple of elements and then finish off with maybe a Water 2 to take out the 2 blue ones at once.
Yeah, that is not at all a fun battle that I like to look at. It's just, ugh. Because it's just a slog. Because
it is such a slow fight if you don't have a good AoE kill.
Yeah, because, I mean, basically you're... Like, you attack, and then they have all of their attacks to go, and it's just... It takes forever. All
right, so looks like we may be getting I'm All In to pop in for some post-game chat with us.
Oh yeah, I see him.
I'm all in. Welcome. GG on the win.
Yeah, good job.
I don't know. He may still have his microphone muted.
Oh. Hang on. Is that working?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Hey.
GG.
Thank you very much.
That was a heart attack in a can. I lost count of how many boss fights you got, like, final hit with a character left with 30 HP.
It got a little close a few times.
The Dinodoro fight, the Lavo Shell fight.
I may have said some words.
Yeah,
I think that Lavo Shell fight was deserving of some words.
Yeah, but yeah, those were some seriously clutch kills there.
Yeah. You certainly lived up to your name of being all in on some of those fights.
Oh, yeah. Yep, got it. Sometimes you just got to YOLO.
Yeah, that's it. How did you feel about the seed tonight?
Starting techs were just a little bit rough. Really had to find the other characters to figure out who I'm going to go with. And, eventually I went with, Marley because she had the ice too, and I could actually screen wipe some things. So it just kind of took a while for the text to open up.
Yeah.
And I don't know, did Fritz, did he do a factory?
He did do factory to unlock magic. He did not grab Ayla out of the cathedral.
Nor did he save Fritz.
Yeah, Fitz did not say Fritz, but you did, so OneFreeFitz is still technically true. But it was very interesting for quite a while. The only character shared between the two parties was Marl, which is something that used to never be the case. Marl never got used, and here she was in both parties and was the only duplicate character between the two parties. Now, at this point, Fitz has gone to a Chrono Luca Frog mix, taking advantage of the hero medal and some fire sword damage.
And those lovely prism specs.
Oh, yes.
Oh my gosh. When those started dropping against Ozzy, I just shouted as loud as I could. I couldn't believe it. Might as well just prism spec them all.
Yeah, I had a thought. I was like, oh no, you need to start charming. Wait, you can only use 3 of them anyway. Oh. Because I was like, you could get more, but it doesn't actually help. But, I mean, not only was it dropping the prism specs, drop the hyper ethers too, which is great. It solves a lot of mana problems late in the game. Particularly since you're not going to be able to hold a gold stud or a silver stud, since you have those lovely prism specs.
Yeah, finding out early that obstacle was lock, I did debate for a second taking a prism spec off and trying to put something with status protection.
Yeah, and we learned tonight from Lord Batsy that the obstacle that you get on Lavos is not guaranteed to be the obstacle that you get from bosses that are guaranteed to be pre-Zeal. So that means, like, the obstacle by the Mega Mutant in Cathedral does not necessarily have to match the one in Lavos, because I think the ones early probably have stop removed from the pool, since you wouldn't necessarily have a way to deal with it.
I see.
Now, one question that I had is when you saw that you got the Magus Go mode, were you at all tempted to look for another Go mode, or were you just going to go Magus?
Since I didn't have any of the other Go mode items, I didn't have anything else on the table. I was just going to go Magus.
Yeah, being that far away from any possible Go mode makes it hard to go search for another one. But getting that early of a Go mode for Magus with no magic unlocked, it's got to feel kind of scary.
Yeah, and I think that's why Factory was a must, because trying to go through Magus's castle with the text that they had at the time just didn't seem plausible.
Yeah, pretty much would have been suicide, I think.
Yeah, Marl almost qualified for no magic status. Had Ice 2, had haste, But unfortunately, Chrono not having Confuse and Luca not having anything.
Yeah, that was
nothing worth talking about.
no. I mean, like, I don't have the spoiler log, so I don't even know how far down Flare was.
I do have the spoiler log. I did go and look. Flare was Luca's last tech.
Oh.
Ooh.
So that's an ugly grind. Also,
and one of the asyncs, that happened as well as Luca's last tech is Flare. So, I'm trying to learn a little bit every time, and you kind of have to work with the techs you have, not the techs, that
wish
might
you
be.
had. Yeah. Now we also looking through the spoiler log. Both other Go modes were locked behind the King's Trial. One was the King Trial proper. The other's behind the Moonstone Melchior turn-in. So you had to go through Genodome to get the Prism Shard to go do the King's Trial to get either of the other Go modes.
And where was Gate Key?
Gate Key was... I closed the file. Let me go find it again. Gate Key was in Sun Palace.
Okay.
So you could have gone to Sun Palace to get quicker magic, I guess. But the boss in the Sun Palace...
Atropos.
Was Atropos, yes. So not the scariest of bosses, but she'd have a lot of HP. Because she's tanky to begin with.
Right, and not having great techs again, that would have been a long fight.
Yeah, I think that Fitz actually got into the fight, and it did not go well.
Yeah. Fitz actually had a lot of problems with some early bosses. He did try to do Xenon Bridge early. Xenon Bridge had Mother Brain. You destroyed 2 of the screens, but the third one is still healing for 150 to 200 health every turn, and with no techs under your belts and being low level, he just couldn't out damage it. I think he spent probably 10 minutes in that fight before giving up. But now we see Fitz getting ready to go into his Lavos 1 fight. We'll see if it is as anger-inducing as I'm All In's fight was. Does have Frog for an AoE heal, which is nice.
Yeah. That is always nice. Having a one character AoE heal is always a good thing to have.
The only scary thing is that obstacle is still lock, and no one's going to be able to cast anything. Except it looks like Luca and Frog both have status protection. So I saw there was like a Time Hat Plus that would protect against stop. I think there's a memory cap somewhere, so that would have been lock protection. Was there any other good status protection in the seed?
Aside from like amulets, not really.
I didn't know if maybe I'm All In had found something that we missed in some of the menuing or not. But
no, the only thing I know is the new shop has amulets for sale. And actually, I didn't buy one, so...
Yeah, it's like, I could buy amulets, but then I'm giving up my free prism specs. And so that's a tough decision to make.
Yeah, it is, absolutely.
And it does look like whatever it is that Fitz has for status protection is making this fight a little bit easier because he's got the AoE protection for lock, which is allowing him to get the heals off, and he's not having to do the resurrection dance that you had to go through. And Lavos Shell is down. Get ready to walk in to fight Lavos 2.
Yeah, Frog with the AoE heal is much more efficient too, rather than using Aura Whirl as a dual tech. So
yeah,
just operating a little bit more efficiently.
Yeah, you give up some damage, but you get a much safer fight. It does look like he's out of shelters though.
Oh.
So he's having to heal the long way, but looks to have enough ethers that it won't be a problem. All right, so we got 2 prism specs. I did see a memory cap on Frog, so that's how he's protected.
And I saw a time that plus on Chrono.
Poor Luca, still 300 tech points away from Flare. That won't be seen.
Nope. Which is very sad.
Yeah, you're not going to step out and go grind anywhere for 300 tech points. But you do have Fire Sword 2 or Fire Sword 2 for damage, and that's probably good enough.
Yeah, I mean, even without Flare, they have enough good. They have enough good techs to actually, perform fairly well against Lavos.
And having the AoE heal. Oh no. I think he forgot to actually heal between fights. Luca is entering the fight with 276 health and is down already.
Oh boy.
I hope a save was put in, and there's the reset.
Yep.
I was going to say,
Yep.
you've got to get those heal ins. If you don't start at full health, you're in trouble.
Yeah, oops.
All right, there. Quick frog heal. Takes care of the problem. Did he save before or after he did his item manipulation?
Before, I think.
Uh-oh, because that means he didn't do mana regen then.
Or was it after? I forget.
I don't know. We'll see. If this fight starts and he has no mana on someone, well, we'll just see another reset real quick.
Yeah.
Okay, no, must have been after because Luca's at 70 MP.
Okay, so they're good to go at this point.
Yep. So we have the Doors of Doom coming out, drops everyone to half HP. Probably going to see Frog do a heal in a second. No, we're doing Line Bomb into Confuse.
Huh.
That's an interesting choice.
Yeah, not the choice I would have made, but if it works out.
Yeah, that's 2,000 plus 2,000. That is enough to take care of the arm, so you only get one boomerang, and it's on Frog, who has the protection to actually survive at 31 HP.
Holy cow.
Wow. That is a clutch play by the Frog, and never mind. There it goes. Frog does fall, but when he gets resurrected, he will have status protection because it will be reset by being resurrected.
Nice.
And so now just trying to get as much damage out. I'm going to guess that's a Mega Bomb coming out for 1,700 damage.
That's not bad.
Luca takes a big hit and falls down.
Oh, man.
All right, so we're going to resurrect and heal. That's a good play. No, hit the heal button. Fitz, hit the heal button.
No. Oh, my soul.
All right, well, he's not dead. He's just frozen in time, which is just as bad. No, Fitz.
Oh, boy.
Okay, so gonna get a confuse off. That's 2,000 damage. That won't be enough to kill the arm. Oh, it is good. I was gonna say I didn't think that would be enough to kill heal the arm. Obstacle's gonna come through and kill Frog though. Luca's gonna survive on like 40 HP. Everyone's locked.
Oh, man. Oh, this is not good.
And you're about to have the poison attack go off, which will kill Luca, possibly kill Frog, and leave Chrono at like 50 HP.
Oh, boy.
All right, Frog survived with 28 HP left, but they're both poisoned. I think a poison tick will kill.
Is he actually going to toss a heal? He is.
Okay.
Oh.
Thank goodness for that. We're going to get the heal in.
Ooh. That was close.
Now, the next attack that's going to come out is Flame Battle. It does almost nothing. Even less than that because it has the red mail on Luca.
Yeah, it actually healed her, so.
But the next attack is Shadow Doom Blaze, which cannot be absorbed, but should be survivable at 400 plus HP.
All right, here it is, and
300 damage across the board. It survived, and you have time between that attack and the restart of the cycle. The next attack you'll see will be Obstacle, but it will be several rounds before it kicks off. But when it does, Lavos' attack will have gone up through the roof. And so basically you get one more round after that or you die.
Ooh. All right, what do we...
Are we looking for a heal to... Oh, no, we were looking for ethers to get some damage back out. Frog bouncing his head off the ceiling does no damage. Oh, no.
Oh, no. Could this be it?
We're getting close. Gonna get another Fire Sword 2 off. The time gap between the evil emanation and the next attack is significantly long. Oh, and there's the kill. Okay, Fitz has managed to escape.
Ooh, that was tight.
So now the second real true boss of the game, the menu skip. Although with the easy skip flag on, it's much easier right now. We have that on for the first bits of the tournament. Towards the end of the tournament, that flag goes away. So got to start practicing getting that near frame perfect skip.
Not to mention, I believe that the enemies actually also go to hard instead of normal. So that's something else that the better players get to look forward to.
Yeah, and the hard mode doesn't change the enemies. Hard mode just changes the items that drop. Basically, you are effectively unlucky in your item rolls.
Okay, because I thought that the enemies went up to hard at one point. I must have misread.
Yeah, hard mode does not actually change the difficulty of the game. It just changes the it does not change the difficulty of dealing damage or receiving damage. It just changes the items that you get, which can make you take more damage or deal less damage because you have no items.
Makes sense, yeah.
All right, so unlike I'm All In's fight, Lavos is going to go into a time warp. Time warps to 65 million BC, which means we're going to see the Grand Dreamstone attack in a moment.
Oh, boy.
Frog at 250 HP will die. Chrono at 250 probably would die. Gets an elixir, so it won't be an issue. Luca at 330.
Oh.
That's going to be close. No, I take it back. It's not close.
Oh.
Luca just up and up dies would have died from max HP. Chrono is the only one left standing.
And he's going to risk the life. So...
All right. So Resurrect Frog. You're going to get Time Warp, and it goes to Mammon Machine. So it's going to be slow as the attack comes out, but also does 250 or so damage. So Chrono would die. But looks like Frog is going to get off a heal. But even if you survive, you will be slowed, which makes your damages do less attack. Your attacks do less damage. And increases the amount of time between your attacks. So, I mean, slow's kind of painful here.
And without Nadia, you don't even have haste, so you can't.
Right, and I saw only 4 heals left. Lavos Bit is revived, so your time for dealing damage is coming to an end. Gonna have to take out a bit. We see some barriers come out, so that's gonna protect some damage.
Ah, there it is.
Invading Light. One of the coolest looking attacks. Chrono managed to avoid the slow.
Because he had the time hat. Of course.
You know, another thing that wasn't to be found in the seed was mega elixirs, and that adds a lot of safety.
It does. Yeah. Yeah, so no mega elixirs found. Also, you only had the Lapis M's, so you got mana, but no AoE healing for free. Alright, so status protection removed from Frog. He should survive the attack.
Oh yeah, easily.
Alright, Evil Star. Best attack from Lavos from a player perspective because it can't kill anyone. Just cut your HP in half.
Yeah, it sure is cool looking though.
Yes. all of I mean, they did a good job with Lavos' boss design. All the attacks are pretty cool.
Yeah. Can't really refute that.
Need to block that one. All right, left bit is back down. Unfortunately, we have gone to 1000 AD, which means you're going to get the status song. You listen to Lavos' singing, and it drives you insane. And I believe he is out of heals. May have one left.
Oh.
And the status effect's 2 sleeps and a stop. That is almost a death sentence. Luca looks to get back up. 2 heals left, so that can get Frog up. Chrono could be woken up by getting hit. Oh, Dreamless is coming out. That's going to be a wipe, unfortunately.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh.
And that is an unfortunate death. And the future refused to change. Now we're going to see Fritz go back in and try again. Looks like yes.
All right. So he's going to do that. I'm going to take a quick bio break.
All right. So we see some items being shifted around. I hope he remembers that he needs to cast heal on his party before going to fight Lavos. Oh, no, you have to use the memory cap. I mean, unless you're moving the memory cap to Luca, maybe. Someone has to keep a memory cap on. Sight cap is protection. Prevent stop on Frog makes sense. That allows the healer to not get stopped. Memory cap will prevent lock. Collie Blade is the right item. I think that's the best you're going to get in terms of gear. And he does remember to go heal his party. Does he save again? This may be a final... Nope, no, he is going to save again. So we're back to Lavos 2. This went reasonably well last time. There was a bit of touch and go towards the end, but if you can survive the first round of attacks, it's usually pretty easy to get enough damage to get through before the second round starts. And so we're going to see Fritz go again. Will he be lucky enough to take down one of the arms again and avoid the double boomerangs of death? Alright, so last time we saw them start with Lime Bomb. This time we're going Fire Sword 2, which may mean we're getting the more traditional Fire Sword 2 heal combo. Fire Sword 2 one-shot the left arm. Great damage. Boomerangs come out and almost one-shot Luca from full HP. Those boomerangs are no joke. So we're going to get Fire Sword 2 again. And a full tonic onto Luca to get her healed up without using MP. That's going to bring her back to full health. Status protection removal. You want that on not Frog, because he's the one with lock protection. Chrono's probably the best target. And now we've got Confused coming out to take care of that arm. That's going to allow the obstacle to go off. Expect we'll see Frog cast one more heal, get everyone at full HP going into the phase 2 of Lavos 2. There's the obstacle for lock. Oh, Luca's the one now with lock protection. Okay, so that's going to allow... excuse me, that's going to allow Chrono to get a confused off, but instead we are going into heal mode, get the status effects off of everyone just in time to get poisoned, unfortunately. Chrono is the only one to be poisoned, but still good damage to come with Fire Sword 2. Should be around 3,500. And going to use Cure 2. Little known fact, in the Just in Time Randomizer, maybe in Vanilla too, but definitely here, Cure 2 does remove status effects as well as full HP heal. So if you've got status effects and you don't have heal items, you might be able to get heals off using Cure 2 or Kiss, Slurp Kiss. A couple of the other high-level healing techs have built-in heal effect.
Okay, Esper is back.
All right, so just time we've got the Shadow Doomblaze coming in. Should leave everyone around 200 HP or so. And we're going to see a Fire Sword 2 come out, which hopefully will be the final strike. And I heard it. Yes, it is.
It is. All right.
So, again, try to get that menu skip so you can get free heals off. Because going into Lavos 3 at 100 HP is always a scary proposition. Because one attack will wipe you.
Yeah, that's... Yeah. Although, with this flag, it is nigh impossible to miss the menu glitch.
Unless you don't know about it. Which is why we have great guides and such on our Discord to teach everyone about all the tips and tricks we found over the last 2 or 3 years of running this randomizer. Yeah, and a nice job getting that skip.
Yeah, we have found a lot of them.
And admittedly, we have stolen greatly from the people who run the vanilla speedrun, because a lot of their tricks do carry over.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, except for the last full run-through I've seen of vanilla Chrono Trigger speedrun anyway was GDQ 2019? SGDQ 2019, I
that
think?
Sounds right. Just throw it up in chat for anyone who's new who wants to join in on the randomizer fun. That's a link to our Discord. If you come there, you'll find links to the randomizer, you find links to all the guides, find links to the new player videos. We've got some videos that literally walk you through every single skip in the game. Put together by Moon Blizzard, who generated some really, really nice videos for us. Great information there. It is a very friendly randomizer. So if you're like, I want to play a randomizer, but I'm scared because I don't know what's going on, this is the one to get into first, in my opinion. It is
Absolutely.
It is the one that it has enough depth that it remains interesting, but it's easy enough that you could pick up the spreadsheet that says, here's where the items are, here's the requirements for go mode, and you could get a reasonably decent time without much out-of-game knowledge. Unlike...
And I'll go ahead and plug the community, because I know I've seen people walk through seeds with new players, and it's really nice to have someone to guide you along the way, and it's a good community in the Discord as well.
Absolutely. It is a great group. Unlike a Super Metroid where you have to learn all these frame perfect Twitch input responses, we've got one frame perfect trick that's kinda useful, and that's the menu glitch. And while you're new, there's a way to make it where it's not frame perfect anymore. Cryomonoxide. Cthulhu taught you well. Yes, Cthulhu Crisis, one of our great teachers, who's helped get things through. And
yeah,
we've got the flags. You can make it as easy or as difficult as you want. The people who designed it have done a great job. Definitely one of the best randomizers to start with. And if you enjoy it, there will be people in the community who are like, if you enjoyed this part of it, go do Final Fantasy VI. If you enjoyed this part of it, go do A Link to the Past. I don't know anyone who's gone from this straight to Super Metroid, but I'm sure you could if you wanted to.
I do have to echo what I'm all in said, in so much that the community is really good, really welcoming. Like, I came into commentating after the community had been around for a couple months, and they just let me slip right on in, and it was really welcoming, really nice to get in on it.
And now, as we're seeing the Lavos fight go, Lavos center bit die that prevents all the time warp attacks, which is really nice, but does limit you to single target attacks on the right bit. Now with the center bit back up, we're seeing some focus on the center bit, trying to get it down again, prevent more of the damaging attacks. But this fight does seem to be going a lot smoother than the last one.
Absolutely. But man, that has the center bit died in this fight yet?
Center bit died and came back, and oh no, Lavos is getting slappy. Chrono survived.
Oh.
Most characters do not survive Lavos getting slappy. Chrono at max HP got left with 40 health.
Hey, it's more than 0.
Yeah, anything is more than 0.
Alright, so...
Alright, that is the defense going back up from the first time. So in a moment, the Lavos defense will go back down. And now you can begin attacking that bit again.
Using those hyper ethers we found.
And the nice thing is, if you take out the center bit, the other 2 bits will not attack during this phase. Unless they had one queued up, like right as the center bit died.
Oh, that's also good to know.
So that's a reason a lot of people like to do the center bit. It is the safer of the 2, but it's also the slower because the center bit has far more HP than the left bit.
But then again, if you take out the center... Oh, time.
And there goes the bit. The time is done. Fitz finishes second place, 2 hours, 35 minutes, 34 seconds. That is GG. We'll see if he is able to come join us for a quick chat too. As we get ready to wrap up this first round. Seeing if we're going to get a quick visit from OneFreeFitz. Because we, at the very least, need to rag on him for not saving his namesake.
Absolutely.
I don't know if we will get there or not. I'm not seeing any response, so we may not get that. So I guess we'll get ready to go ahead and wrap things. Oh, no, wait, there he is. We will drag him in. Welcome and GG Fitz.
Yeah, I got through to the end.
Yeah, sometimes that's a struggle, and Lavos did not make it easy for you.
Okay. We got a question for you, though.
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't you save Fritz?
This time it was because I felt really behind, and I was like, I don't got time for you, buddy. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're not saving your namesake, sort of.
Yeah, that's true. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. This time,
yeah,
I had wiped so many times. It was just like, nope. We gotta go.
The started off feeling so bad, going to Xenon Bridge, fighting that mother brain fight, and just not being able to get through all that healing that it was doing.
Oh yeah, just so much healing and not enough power, and there were obstacles other places, and I eventually got through it all, but it was a tough one.
Yeah, it was very interesting to see that both runners went and picked up Marl, and for a while, it looked like that was the only character in common between both parties. It's like, the character who is almost synonymous with least used character in the game was suddenly in both parties, and the rest of the parties weren't the same.
Yeah, it was just I thought I had a great crew. I was like, yeah, okay, I like these characters. Got some good equipment. Those techs are gonna come, and then they didn't come, and I was like, I don't got any AOE. And then I got Marl. I was like, Isu, okay, that is something. And eventually went back to my original party because I was tab committed, so to speak, kind of at that point. So, yeah, I think there's definitely some lessons I'll take away for the next round about maybe not being so set on my party before I see the tech list. And
it's difficult in this seed where you don't get your tech list unless you go through the factory. We were taking a look at the spoiler log after the race was complete. Your gate key was in Son of Sun spot behind the Atropos, which you did step in to fight, but ended up having to leave that one. What's worse, though, both of the other Go modes were locked behind King's Trial with the Prism Shard stuck in Genodome. So you had to go to Genodome and then do both parts of the King's Trial to get either Go mode.
Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, I feel like it took me a long time, but it didn't take me many checks, actually.
Right.
Get the Go mode. And I was kind of like, well, maybe if my opponent really doesn't like Giant's Claw for some reason, I might be able to make up some time. But once I wiped the Lavos, I was like, nope, I just got to get through this. And I'm proud for sticking it out.
Yeah, no.
I was like, do I want to do this again? And I was like, yeah, we can get it.
Yeah, it's definitely commendable.
Yeah, there were a lot of things I didn't like, but there was a lot of close calls.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to beat myself up that much about it. Like, there's definitely opportunities, but I was playing a little bit risky and trying to get some checks that I was under leveled for, hoping I could break through one and get an edge, and it just didn't happen this time.
And I'll say the final time difference does not reference how close this actually was. I'm All In was referencing he had some close calls. No less than 3 boss fights where it's I'm making this attack or I have to reset the entire fight. No less than 3 of those throughout the seed. Where it was the right call and you survived by like 50 HP. So any one of those wipes possibly changes the entire complexion of the race. But
yeah, I look forward to the next match, and I wish All In the best of luck against the number 1 seed. We were joking in the chat. It was like, whoever wins.
Your gift is getting to face
mercy.
Anybody else willing to give me some luck?
Yeah,
I could use it all.
Yeah,
sure, why not?
Yeah, take all the luck. You're going to need it. And I mean that in the best way possible. I don't think I've ever actually beaten him in a race either.
Has anyone been in
anything can happen.
A couple have, but anything can happen. A good couple of good checks, a little bit of good luck, a little bit of gamble. It is possible. Lord Batsy's in chat said she shared her knowledge. She's keeping her luck. But do either of y'all have any closing comments for us tonight?
I don't think so. I'm gonna probably jump and watch this other race that's in progress.
That's
Check
true.
that out.
There is another race in progress. We're not going to have it here, unfortunately, but if someone in chat has the Twitch links to the people who are running, can go pick up that race. I would do it, but I don't have it.
I should also mention that one of the races tomorrow is going to be versus Korenth and myself. So you're definitely going to want to watch that.
That's true. We do have that. That's going to be at 9:00 Central, which is what 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific.
Yep.
So yeah, come watch us race. If you're tired of listening to us talk, you can now come watch us get our brains beat in by Lavos.
Yeah, pretty much.
Mian says he's going to go grab links, so we'll fill a little bit of spot as he goes to grab those. Esper, thanks for doing the call for us tonight.
Hey, no problem.
And there's the 2 Twitch links. Akuhesh versus Mirshana are racing. It's currently emo only in chat there. Do not give spoilers. Not that I think anyone has any spoilers, because no one has the spoiler log. But just in case, don't spoil anything and ruin the race for them.
Well, I don't think we can anyway with it being emotes only.
Yeah, well, you'd be surprised. I had someone in one of the asyncs try to spoil the fact that I need to go get Rainbow Shell by dropping the Pride Kappa, a shell, the Omnite Shell, and a flag for Go mode, I think.
Oh.
I was like, okay, that's really impressive. I'm glad I didn't pay attention to it till after I got it.
Yeah.
But that's going to be it for us tonight. Hope everyone had a good one. And we'll be back tomorrow night. I believe it is going to be restreamed. If it is, it'll be here at 9 o'clock Central. And we'll see you then. Hope everyone has a good night.
Yeah. You too, guys. All right, everyone take care, and we will see you tomorrow.